Live from Handle Stadium, Pioneer Football is on the air. Hello, everyone. Kent McHale along with Justin Connolly bringing you tonight's interleague contest between the La Mirada Matadors of the Gateway League and your Western Pioneers. Tonight's game is the second of a home and away series, of the first of which spoiled the debut of the remodeled Goodman Field last year with a 42-7 throttling of the Matadors. With both teams coming off their first losses of the season last week, what should we expect to see tonight, Justin?
We should expect to see two teams that are really hungry to get back on in the winning column, right? Two very storied teams, well-known teams in the county, and I think Western may have the slight edge in talent here, but La Mirada really has a tough squad who's going to run hard, and it's going to be an interesting matchup tonight, going against a very run-heavy team in La Mirada.
Your Western Pioneers, they're led by 12-year head coach Dan Davidson. They're currently 2-1, ranked number 20 in Orange County, last week losing 48-7 to Huntington Beach. La Mirada is led by third-year head coach Lucas Mealy, also 2-1, after losing to Tesoro in a tough one last week, 17-5. Again, you didn't have a whole lot of offense going on by the Matadors against a very tough Tesoro team that plays up in a higher division. What do you expect to see from this Matador team in their ability to be able to move the ball against Western?
Well, I just expect them to come out and keep it simple, block heavy, run the football. We were looking out there a little earlier today, and it looks like there might be some injuries we weren't quite aware about coming into this game, which will be a surprise for Western after their week of practice and film study. So Western will have to make an adjustment to that. We could see some bigger sets tonight, Kent, from these guys, and they're going to try to pound us. They're going to try to impose their will on us, and we'll see how it goes for Western.
Well, let's talk a little bit about last week. After stopping Huntington Beach on downs, Western's first possession ended at their own 36-yard line after failing to convert on a 4th and 2. 6 plays later, Brady Edmonds ran it in from 3 to take the lead. Justin, at that point, you're feeling, okay, we're still right in there. We can hang with these guys.
Yeah, no doubt. It was one of those games where, we had some things not go our way in the first half and in the second half, but it really didn't feel like we were that far off. Leaving out of the first half, it felt like who was going to make the halftime adjustments was going to win the game. And unfortunately, some things didn't go our way in the second half, and it didn't really look like that competitive of a game. But that's not the feeling I got, and our guys battled until the end, and that's all I can really ask in a game that gets away from you. I've been a part of one of those games, Kent, where I just feel like, we go play those guys 9 more times, I'm going to like my chances, all 9 of them, but tonight wasn't our night.
No, it certainly wasn't. Next possession, big 60-yard pass from Chance Thomas to Bunchy Young. Pioneers had it 1st and goal at the 9, but on 4th and 2, from the 4th down from the 2-yard line, Huntington Beach came up with another big play on defense to stop the threat, and that's when you're starting to feel, now we're in trouble. Next drive, Huntington Beach Edmonds, he hits Troy Foster, who took it the distance from 58 to make it 14-0 after 1. Chance Thomas was able to run it in to make the score 14-7 respectable, in the beginning of the second quarter. But then again, Huntington Beach turns on the Jets and scores 35 points to turn the game into a laugher, and 48-7 final. Just, again, one of those games that you want to go ahead and put behind you really quickly.
Yeah, it's definitely not one of those ones you want to hold on to, right? I'm not even sure with one of those games, if you watch film the next day, sometimes the coaches just throw it out and say, hey, let's get back to what we were doing last week when we were 2-0.
Okay, well, hey, at this time, we're going to go ahead and turn this over to Chia and Victoria for the Pioneers on the Street.
Hey guys, it's Chia
and Victoria.
We are here with Pioneer Press, and this episode of Pie on the Street, we will be interviewing people some questions that relates to our home game tonight against La Mirada.
Hello, I'm here with
Daniel, Officer Salcedo,
Adriana,
Alejandro,
Gracie,
Rowan.
So as you know, we are Pioneers, and our mascot is Pioneer Pete. Do you have any idea what La Mirada could be?
I don't know, like an animal or something.
no clue.
I know they're Matadors.
Sure, yeah, right.
I think they're Matadors.
Yes, you would be correct.
Oh, they're at Matadors, which translates to killer in Spanish, and their mascot is basically a bullfighter.
Western High School school color are white and blue, and sometimes they wear black. Do you know what La Mirada's school color could be?
Probably like red, orange or something.
Red and white? Matadors. I would assume maybe red and like yellow.
Everyone's assuming red, and all of you are wrong.
I believe they're yellow and blue.
Gold and blue.
Yes, correct. You got that right. You know that La Mirada's on the border of LA County and Orange County. A lot of people get them mixed up. Do you know if La Mirada is actually on LA County or Orange County?
Orange County?
Orange County.
I'm gonna say it's Orange County.
I think LA County.
LA County.
You would be correct. It is LA County. So now we're going to go into guess the player. Now, this player is number 3 on the field. He's a transfer from Arizona. Sorry, a running back and a defensive back. Anytime he scores or anytime he's on the field in general, people bark at him. Do you have any idea who that could be?
I was gonna say like Bunchy or something.
It is not Bunchy Young. It is Rufus Dogba. Can you give me your best barking impression?
Rough.
I'm gonna ask both of you guys to guess the player. You guys could work as a team. This player, he's a junior quarterback, and he transferred his, I believe, at the end of his freshman year. He's very funny, he's goofy, and he's a really dedicated football player. So, who do you guys think it is?
This is the quarterback.
Chance.
Chance.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
You would be correct, Chance Thomas. Chance Thomas. So this player, he's a senior. He is number 6. He's our running back linebacker, and he is a leader. He's buff, and he has a tattoo sleeve. Do you know who that is?
Number 6, you said?
Yes. I think so. Okay. Any guesses?
No.
It's actually Jacob Taylor.
So this player, he's number 10. He's a running back and a linebacker. He's 2 different people on campus. He's very chill, nonchalant, keeps quiet. But from intel, we are told on the field he is very different. He's very motivational and very loud. Do you have any guess who this player could be?
No, since I don't know anyone on the team, so I don't have any guesses.
The player is Jonathan Hardy, also known as John John. This player, he's a sophomore. He's on our varsity team. He's the kicker. He's more known as a soccer player, and he's number 20 on the field. Who would that be?
The kicker, that's a soccer player.
Names, please.
Robert.
No, it's Rafael. Rafael. Every team has captains, me including, and our varsity football team has 4. Do you have any clue who those 4 people could be?
No, I don't.
I believe one of them is Bunchy. I think that's the only one I know, guys.
So I said Bunchy. Who's the next one?
One of them, could it be getting recruited by San Jose State? You guys don't know. Okay.
I think you're thinking of Chance Thomas.
Yes, that name rings a bell. Is he a captain?
He's one of them.
Okay.
Another one is the famous kid at school.
Yeah, and I've heard of him too. I just don't remember the name either, but I know he has like a big following, right? Is it like Bo something? No? Damn it. Buddha.
No.
Dang.
Bunchy Young.
Oh, Bunchy. I knew it was a
So you have
unique
2
name.
remaining captains. Any
Oh,
guesses?
The Bunchy Young.
The Bunchy Young, correct.
Jacob Taylor.
Correct.
Ernest.
Correct.
Chance.
Correct. You got them all right. Go Western.
Western, go Pirates.
Woo!
Bye.
And thank you again to Chia and Victoria for the pile on the street.
2, 1, and we're back.
And thanks to Chia and Victoria for the pioneers on the street. Justin, we've got the players to watch in tonight's ball game. It's going to be a pretty interesting one, especially with the injury to sophomore quarterback for La Mirada, Ace Agata. Also, he's a dual threat guy, able to run the ball. Go and talk us through our players to watch tonight.
Yeah, our players to watch tonight for Western are, of course, quarterback Chance Thomas, quarterback carrying a ton of offers and getting a ton of recognition around the county, but really a big deal guy because of his man Bunchy Young as well. Bunchy Young consistently getting about 20 yards a catch. He has 4 TDs this season and 400 yards through 3 games. This dynamic duo is what you come here to Western to see. This is the show, and backing these guys up is a ton more talent, but tonight we're watching these 2, and that connection coming back after the Huntington Beach game. And for La Mirada, tonight we're going to be watching the 2 running backs as they go run heavy with Ismael Garcia and Josiah Fregoso. Both running backs averaging between 6 and 7 yards a carry, 5.8 and 6.8 yards a carry. And they're getting a lot of work this year. And today we should see more work from these guys as their sophomore quarterback Ace Fagata is out tonight and will be replaced by the junior Isaac Cuevas.
Well, we got the captains meeting at midfield to do that coin toss before we run through the starting lineups. That big, as you mentioned, that's going to be a big change for them. You've got Cuevas, who comes in only a 37% completion so far early in the season. He's got their only touchdown pass, and that touchdown pass actually went to a freshman receiver. They've got a really good one, a big, tall, 6'3" White Gorham. Caden Wardlow. He looks really good. He looks like the real deal.
With the name like Wardlow, you got to be a big guy. If anybody gets that reference, that's another sports reference, but a different kind of sport. But Kent, they've got some size out there. La Mirada consistently has size. What they've struggled with a bit over the last few years is losing a very impactful head coach, and they had another coach come in and is bringing a new program. And they are now bouncing back. We see a lot of the same from La Mirada and La Habra, both bouncing back this year. La Mirada specifically giving Tustin a tough game last week, losing 17-5, but didn't really reflect that they were in it the whole game. And Tustin's a really legit team this year.
It really shows the resilience of that team. They've got they do one heck of a job on defense. And again, the two wins they had a good one against Troy, and then they came back with another. They beat Southgate in the very first game, but this one against Tesoro was really rough. To take a loss like that.
Oh, sorry, Tesoro, correct, Kent. I said Tustin.
Yeah,
I try to follow all these games, throughout the year, and sometimes it's tough to get a couple of those T's mixed up.
Well, Tustin won the toss, and they're getting ready to receive.
La Mirada.
Yeah, there we go. La Mirada. We'll get this right. Hey, it's a good time to run down the starting lineups here for your Western Pioneers. We'll get that cool-looking graphic up here in a second. Sometime here in a second. Anyway, looking out on you can look out on the horizon. You can see the sun starting to set here. Twilight setting in. You've got Knott's Berry Farm off in the distance. Just a nice view. You see the mountains off. It's looking like it's going to be one heck of a nice day for football. Temperature right now at kickoff is close to 60. About 70 degrees. Hardly any wind at all. Clear skies. Beautiful day. It's football weather now.
Yeah, it is football weather now. It doesn't get better than this. No excuses tonight as far as those cramps go and everything. You've worked some hotter games throughout the year and haven't had any problems, so you better be ready tonight, obviously, with a good hydration plan before tonight and a good plan for the night as you go along, right? It's not too hot. It's not too sweaty out here tonight. It's going to be nice, perfect football weather. Man, you can go both ways in this weather, right, Ken?
Oh, yeah, no kidding. Well, looks like we're having a little trouble with starting lineups, so we'll get that graphic up here in a second. But Western started, they're going to start off on offense. Going deep. Deep to receive for the Pioneers. There's a new kick returner back there. Ernest Nunley. He's going back there with Bunchy Young. So replacing Skylar Lindsay. Normally Skylar is the return guy. I saw him warming up a little bit. Not sure if he's going to be playing tonight. He had a little bit of an illness, but we'll see if he can get through that. And number 2 out there. If not, we'll see a few of the other some familiar faces taking their first shot out there. For the blue and white of Pioneers. The Pioneers with their home blue jerseys with the white numerals and the white helmets. La Mirada with white jerseys and yellow pants with the dark blue numerals and their yellow helmets. And we're about ready to get this ball game underway. Christian Hecker's got the ball teed up on the right hash mark. And this is Ernest Nunley's first time back there as a kick returner. He normally handles the punt duties, but he's back there tonight for the Pirates. This game is underway. Ball headed towards Bunchy. He's got it at the 5. He's at the 10. He's at the 20, 25. He's at the 30. He's got the 40. And his longest return of the season as he crosses midfield all the way down to the 47-yard line. Pioneers in great field position to start this ball game.
Yeah, great job by Bunchy Young there. He had the patience there, found the lane that he needed, and ended up being tackled by free safety Emiliano Ramirez. Number 31 coming in there and making possibly a touchdown saving tackle. Bunchy had 1 or 2 more guys to beat, and he would have been off to the races.
We're working through some audio issues here. Thank you for the sound check, our sound check gal. Working through that. I got our technical team here working. Chance Thomas, he's in at quarterback. Bunch of young split out wide to the right. Lindsey in the ball game at tailback. Trip receivers out to the left side on 1st and 10. Thomas, high snap. Sets up, throws complete out to the left side. That's Payne. He breaks the tackle, breaks it. It's the 40. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. He's rolling. Gets knocked out of bounds just shy of the end zone. He'll knock him out right at the 10. 1st and goal, Western.
Aiden Payne, big-time wide receiver, quarterback this year for Western, coming over from Los Alamitos and doing a fantastic job in his first season with the Pioneers so far.
Ernest Nunley joins Nunley in the backfield. Handoff Lindsey up the middle. He goes. He's at the 5, inside the 5, down to the 3. 2nd and goal. Nunley, that's his first action in the ball as a ball carrier back there. He's set up in the backfield, just directly behind Chance Thomas.
Lindsey getting the football and pushing it about 4 yards, about 2 more yards to go, and they're in the end zone.
And Osegme into the backfield. Lindsey, up the middle he goes, dances through, he's in, touchdown! Western, Skylar Lindsey.
And that's Osei getting down there and giving a great block to free his running back, Skylar Lindsey, up for the touchdown. Lindsey going off the left side, off tackle, and untouched right into the end zone. What a great first series for your Western Pioneers.
Boy, that was a quick first series, 56 seconds, and they're in the end zone and on the board. Skylar Lindsey, that's his 2nd touchdown of the season. On to try the extra point out of the hole of Chance Thomas is Rafael Rodriguez, who is a perfect 5 for 5 on the season with his PATs. There's a snap, but dribbles to him. Thomas is able to pick it up and put it in, and that pick is good. So with 11:04 to go here in the first quarter, it's Western 7 and La Mirada 0.
Chance Thomas showing how cool, calm, and collected he is. That was a terrible snap. He rounds up the ball, gets it set. Kicker doesn't miss a break, puts another one up through the uprights. And you know how I am with those ones. Those ones get under my skin when you miss those. And I'm glad Chance was able to save that one for our team, right? It's better to start the night 7-0 than it is 6-0.
Well, this is, again, a much different start than it was in last week's game where chasing points all night long.
Yeah, very much so.
I got to ask Chance if he used to play shortstop because that ball was dribbled to him. He was able to pick it up and get that
he
thing
didn't even
down.
flinch either. Like he didn't. Yeah, that was a little panic situation. If I'd have been sitting there, we're missing that kick, guys.
I don't know who coined the phrase "cool is the other side of the pillow," but that certainly applies here. Chance Thomas, Cooley just put it right down, and Rodriguez is able to adjust his kick enough to be able to get it through. So Rafael Rodriguez bangs it through, the sophomore.
What decade was that one from?
Boy, he is way back when. And maybe Cool Papa Bell, maybe back in those days.
Cool as a cucumber.
Cool as a cucumber, there we go.
Still outdated. These guys wouldn't know it.
Rodriguez kicking the ball from the right hash mark. Fregoso is deep for La Mirada. Ball's kicked. Fregoso runs up and takes it at the 15. He's at the 20, goes to the right side. The 25 cuts up in the middle there. Got a crease to the outside. He's at midfield and more. He's at the 20. One man to beat. He gets tripped up as he got to the Western 35-yard line. So a couple big returns from both special teams units has the offenses in great field position for La Mirada.
Oh, and I hate to be a Betty Booper, Kent, but very unimpressed with that special teams coverage by us. We just allowed Fregoso to just run through his lane. It wasn't extremely fast or anything. He found his spot and kind of just stayed away from our guys. We need to be more physical on that kickoff and go get him.
1st and 10.
Thank God for our kicker who forced him out of bounds or made him trip up.
Okay, 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Oh, handoff and just crushed in the backfield. Got to give a big shout out to granddaughter Olivia listening in, the Monst. Listening in from Whittier, California.
Big tackle on that play. Donovan Davis, all 6'1", 250 pounds of him, making a solo tackle there.
A solo cholo tackle.
your son's favorite word.
So it's also my granddaughter's favorite word. 2nd and 14. Cuevas at quarterback. High snap, picks it up, sets up, throws, and knocked away. Incomplete. Elijah Washington in coverage right there. That ball's intended out there for Joseph Alvarado, the senior. Cuevas, 37% completion on the season. A little wild there on that first throw by him.
And very good job playing the ball. I think you warm Elijah up a little bit. That turns into an interception because he had him step for step, but he decided to just knock that one down. And a good play for the defense.
2nd and 14. And there's a little movement there by the right tackle, and that'll move him back another 5. On this 9/11 day, it's one of these days where you got to remember that, yeah, this is high school football, and some things are just a little bit more important. Got to keep things in perspective. To the events from yesterday in 9/11 remembrance, we're thankful we get to have football to watch. Third down and 19. Cuevas calls for the ball, straight back he goes. Steps up, throws right side, and incomplete. Intended out there for the freshman, Caden Wardlow. And that's going to bring up a 4th down, and Coach Mealy's going to send the punting unit out.
And that's Ernest Nunley in coverage, matching his brother on the other side, Elijah, and saying, I got my guy step for step too. He wanted to go up and get one as well, but that one was overthrown, Kent.
4th down and 19. Ernest Nunley, after breaking that pass up, or back in coverage, he's back there to receive this punt. This punt from Christian Hecker. Good snap. Right-footed kicker booms it away and goes to the left side, and it's just going to get down inside the 15-yard line, right at the 15-yard line, and that's where Western will take over their second possession of the ball game. Score with 9:57 to go here in the first quarter. It's 7-0 Western.
And Western looking crisp tonight, other than one tough special teams play. It's been awesome on offense, awesome on defense, and we look to keep the pressure on. This is when Coach Davidson will tell you, you got to put your foot on the gas.
Thomas has 2 receivers on either side of the formation. Lindsey straight back behind him. Osegbe goes in motion from right to left. Sets up, throws. Osegbe's got it, left side. He's at the 20. Using a lot of speed, gets out to the 30-yard line. He gets that second gear going, and Osegbe just turns it on.
Yeah, he does. And he had Ernest Nunley out there playing Debo Samuel and laying a big block, or A.J. Brown last week, laying a big block there and creating the space for his running back, Osei.
1st and 10 out to the 30-yard line. Thomas straight back. Got time, sets up, throws. It's intercepted. Going for Osegbe, and that's picked off. That's only the 3rd interception of the season there. And La Mirada saw that play going, and they were intended out there for Osegbe, and that thing was picked up there by Jacob Galvin.
So right now we're looking at the play, and as Chance Thomas goes to throw that route to Osei, he just doesn't see that there's a safety still over top sneaking down on Osei. And that was a very clever play there for La Mirada. Good old number 7, Jacob Galvan, the cornerback, dropping back into safety position and making that interception.
1st and 10. Now La Mirada's got it at the Western 43-yard line, going from right to left. Trips out to the left side. See if they can capitalize on this turnover. Handoff up the middle. Not a whole lot of room there for Fregoso. He picks up a yard on the play, and that's about it.
Western's guys up front are doing a great job tonight of stopping these running backs who have been having a good season so far, averaging 5.8 to 6.8 yards a carry.
2nd down and 9. Handoff for Goso, bounces it, then he cuts back up the middle, and he only picked up a couple on the play out to you're just shy of the 40-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and long there.
Good tackle made there, right at the line of scrimmage, or just maybe ahead of the line of scrimmage, but that's number 19 for Western, or 18 for Western, Taiwan Nesby.
Third down and we'll call it 7. Clock's winding, 8:25 to go. It's 7-0 Pioneers. Passing situation for the Matadors. Back to pass is Cueva. Sets up. Now he breaks a pocket, takes off running. He slides short of the first down. He saw, Justin, I think you'd call that a business decision. He saw Deshaun Rufus coming up from his linebacker spot and stopped him well short of the first down.
Yeah, he made the start of that slide well short of the first down, as you said. That's a big guy standing right in front of you about to lay a hat.
MIRADA keeps the offense on the field. I'm sure they're going to try to get the Pioneers to jump. I know that's something that they've been working on for some time now on 4th down and 4. And there's a timeout as Western takes a timeout just before the snap. So with 7:35 to go here in the first quarter, it's 7-0 Pioneers.
And boy, oh boy, Kent, Western ended up with the right defensive call there. They had Deshaun Rufus coming off the edge unguarded. Would have been a clear shot at the quarterback. And but something down there Coach Davidson saw that he didn't like. There was a weakness in that defense or some deep rests being taken or something going on. He wanted to slow it down and call a timeout. And as you've seen in other first and second quarters of the game, Coach Davidson is a little different in how he'll utilize his timeouts in the first half. He stretches them out in a different way than most coaches do. But I like that way of slowing the defense down, giving them their time to react and get a drink, and it keeps your defense strong.
Got to give a couple big shout out here to the Pioneer Press team again, doing another fantastic job getting us out to you tonight. Kevin Arroyo, our cameraman, off to my left, providing us great shots on this beautiful night for football. 4th down and 4 for the Matadors. Western creeping up on the line. Here they come on the blitz. Cuevas back to pass, throws too tall and incomplete, and Western will take over on downs.
That's a great job by that defense, keeping everything in front of him. MIRADA was just trying to get that ball right to the sticks and basically pick up a first down and keep that drive going. Western had a good rush and tough coverage. Quarterback was able to stand up in the pocket, but due to the rush, he sailed that football high.
1st down and 10. See if Western can bounce back from that last turnover. And Osegbe in motion from right to left. Lindsey gets it left side. He breaks through. He's got the 50. He's at the 40. Breaks a tackle. Skips ahead out to the 35. Yeah, we'll see where they mark him out of bounds. Just shy of inside the 40-yard line. 1st down. Big run there by Skylar Lindsey. Lindsey coming into this game averaging over 6.5 yards a carry. And he's well over that tonight.
Yeah, Skylar Lindsey doing a great job with some electrifying running. Of course, set up by Osei and Osegbe, who was the lead blocker after coming off a motion. Those guys played very well together.
Thomas back to pass, looks right, then comes back left. Now he scrambles around a little bit. Nice back block back there. Thomas sets up, throwing deep, looking for Payne, in and out of his hands. Ended up getting double covered down there. And couldn't haul that one in. He had a shot at it, but it goes incomplete.
And Aiden Payne running about 100 yards, breaking off his original out route to go on that run as Chance Thomas breaks to the other side. And not sure if he knew he had the arm still to get that one in. Aiden just missing that football by maybe a foot more of air under that. Aiden's making the catch and the touchdown.
2nd and 10. Lindsey gets it left side, breaks a tackle, spins away. He's got the 1st down at the corner. He's still on his feet. He's at the 20, inside the 20, inside the 15. Skylar Lindsey.
Boy, oh boy, Skylar Lindsey, when he breaks into that second half of the defense, he's a one-man wrecking ball. He's able to be shifty, make a couple guys miss, and then at the end of the route picks up an extra 4 or 5 yards, just not making it easy on the 2 tacklers.
1st down, Western. Lindsey offset to the right, rolling out is Thomas. He keeps it himself. He's got the corner. He's looking to try to get in. He's going to be close. Is he in? Yes, he's in. Touchdown, Western. Chance Thomas.
And Chance Thomas taking that one the whole length of that side of the field all the way out to the last inch and getting that one in for the touchdown himself. showing his athletic ability as he runs in past 3 or 4 La Mirada defenders.
That's Thomas's third rushing touchdown of the season. Something he really didn't show a lot of his legs last year. Lot better decision making this year. Now let's see if we can get this one home as Thomas now turns into a holder again. See if we can get this one a little bit easier. And there's a snap, better snap. The kick this time is missed. Looks like he just missed the ball altogether. It's one of those duff shots, and it is no good. So a 6:40 to go here in the first quarter. Western 13 and La Mirada 0.
It looks like they say, the ball never lies. You know, we got away with one on the last skip, and we still made it. That time a perfect snap, and no idea what happened there. But something we're going to learn from. We're going to figure out what happened. That being said, we're up 13-0 now. Western showing that it's got a dominant defense tonight and a capable offense that's going to go down the field, and they're going to support each other.
I think you have a situation here where, you know, losing your starting quarterback, he's over there on crutches. Looks like he's got a leg injury out there. You know, you hate to see that because Fagata was certainly a difference maker for the Matadors, and they're just a whole different ball club when you've got a quarterback that's first of all, he's not a great passer in La Mirada. He's, you know, less than 40% completions, and he's somewhat stiff in the pocket. So not a runner, not so great a passer, and that just makes you very one-dimensional. And you got ball hawks out there for the Pioneer defense. It just makes it almost impossible. Well, Rodriguez staying in there doing handling kickoff duties tonight, which is a surprise. Normally we see Antonio Hernandez, but not seeing him out there. Rodriguez. The diminutive Rodriguez pushes this one away. High kick off to the right side. It's hit and muffed out of bounds right inside the 20-yard line down to the 16. That worked out really well.
I'd say it doesn't get much better than that, Kent. You know, it's pretty much ideal when you're setting up your special teams. You could take that 16-yard start, 16-yard. If you can kick the ball and get them stuck at the 16 every time, you take it.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, like every time.
I don't know what's going on tonight. The words just aren't quite coming out, but we're gonna get it together, guys.
It's really. Yeah, it's not us. It's the technical side, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, the technical difficulty is causing us to slur our words, and yeah, let's blame them, all right? No, they do a great job here.
It's us. It's us.
First and 10. Now their third series for the Matadors. Trips to the right side. Play action fake. Sets up throws. Low throw and incomplete. Got to give a shout out down to our field camera gals, Haley and Karina. Down there on the field catching some great shots of players and whatnot on down there. And then we got a whole new crew up here. And Angel Vargas, our technical director, will be chatting them through at halftime. I'll tell you what, Justin, we'll talk about this in just a second. On second down and 10. Fregoso in the backfield. That's rolling out, setting up and throws. Complete. And taking a big hit. I'm not sure if it can. No, they're going to say it's incomplete and a fumble. Who knows what they're calling there. But a big hit. There's a flag on the play late. They might have got the quarterback. They may have got Eno Segbe coming in late. I'm not sure. I didn't see a signal of whether that was a completed catch. Oh, they're saying it's incomplete now. Okay, so the side judge over there is saying no, incomplete. But there's a flag and it's a personal foul, roughing the passer against the Pioneers. And this is one of those games where I don't know if you really need to do that. It's kind of feeling like, you know, the only way that La Mirada seems like they're going to have a shot here is if the Pioneers do things like this.
Beat themselves.
Yeah, if you beat yourself, yeah. And it's, again, no reflection on La Mirada, but when you're down a lot of great players, I don't see their other starting running back out there either, Ishmael Garcia.
No, we haven't.
I haven't seen him, and he's their big play guy. He's not their big play guy, but he's their meat and potatoes guy. And you're seeing a lot of Fregoso, and Fregoso's a little smaller, and you know, you're not sure you want to give them the ball 25 times in a game. He gets it this time. cuts back and picks up 5. There's a late flag coming in. Fregoso's got the speed. He's got that top-end speed. He had this big run against, I want to say, Southgate, 75-yard touchdown. And he's got great quickness out there, as you saw in his kickoff, the opening kickoff return. But, you know, he's a little smaller in stature, and you don't want him taking huge hits, especially when you're down a bunch of players, and they're going to mark off another penalty against Western.
Yeah, not sure where that penalty came from, Kent. I missed it altogether, but I know that this is an upset Western defense that's trying to hit hard tonight. That's what I can see.
2nd down and 1. 2 receivers on either side of the formation. Ball is on the left hash for those of you listening on radio. Motion man comes from left to right. Play this back to pass, setting up a screen. It's complete. Got a blocker out in front, but dragged down from behind out there by Aiden Payne, but not before La Mirada picks up a 1st down.
That's where the penalties really kill you, Kent. You know, that play doesn't get you a 1st down if you didn't have that penalty.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line. Cuevas sets up throws, and Nunley almost intercept that one. Ernest Nunley broke on that route, didn't quite get there in time, and it falls harmlessly to the turf here at Handel Stadium, fortunately for the Matadors.
That's Ernest next level Nunley, absolutely making a play, just breaking through the other receiver who's coming out to block and breaking right through that, getting his hands on the football. Just a good football instinct play by Ernest Nunley.
2nd and 10. Motion man goes from left to right. Cuevas back to pass, sets up throws, and you got it. It's complete. Wardlow's got it. Picking up 7 on the play. That's a freshman out there. Good-looking freshman, 6'3", good size, good frame. Looks like he could be a dude for a while.
And that's Jacob Taylor on the other side making a tackle. Kent, remember the last freshman dude at La Mirada? Name?
I don't. Oh, wait.
Oh,
man.
Mr.
Oh, yeah, we saw him. Oh, that's right. Makai Lemon. Currently playing for USC. 3rd down and 3. Handoff up the middle, and Western stiffens up just shy of the 1st down mark.
Great play right there by the Western defense. The front 7 coming together, safety coming in, everybody. I don't know who made that tackle, but
a whole bunch of guys. That looked like Julian Alvarez in at tailback. Hasn't really seen a whole lot of time running the ball this season.
Ian Douglas leading the tackle.
Another handoff there, and this time he gets the 1st down.
You got to love that call for La Mirada, you know, being that close on 4th down and you don't have a whole lot going for you. You get up quick on the football and snap it quick, hand it to your running back. They're able to pick up a 1st down. We weren't ready there, Kent. We were doing celebrations and stuff after the previous play, and that's what hurt us there.
Yeah, it's a little too much of that, especially after last week. 1st and 10, Matadors. They've got it at the Western 42, flags on the play. Play doesn't get off. Little breeze coming in, so we're feeling a little chill. Breeze coming there from the west.
I got my Showdown Series jacket tonight, Ken. I'm not going to be cold at all.
Well, I'm not cold yet. But some dummy didn't bring a jacket, and I'm going to need it. You're going to tell me to close the door up here in the press box. You know what they call that, right? Soft.
Yep.
Soft. Oh, God. 1st and 15. Clock's winding, 4:08 to go here in the 1st quarter. It's 13-0 Western. Cuevas back, sets up throws, slip screen, complete. And that's Wardlow again. And he's taken down there by the sophomore, Bryce Bias, after a short game.
And that's one of those plays you study in film and are ready for. Them trying to catch you offside or catch you off guard on the left and to the short wide receiver screen and then screening it back out to the other side is a crafty play, but Western stayed home on the backside and was able to make the tackle. That looked like another tackle there for Donovan Davis.
2nd and 10.
Or Taiwan Nesby, 18.
And, hit the backfield hard. Oh, my gosh. Fregoso just got crushed almost as soon as he got the ball, and Wow.
And that's the first time we've seen Aiden Luna make a big one tonight.
3rd down and 12.
Aiden Luna just making a great read off the left edge, waiting and getting his hands on the running back immediately, meeting him in the backfield.
3rd and 12. Sets up throws, and it's incomplete. Ernest Nunley in coverage there. That's going to bring up a 4th down. And I'm not sure if they're going to want to punt here or not.
And La Mirada is doing a great job in general of getting their plays off and getting their quarterback to time, but their timing is just a little bit off. You can tell they've got their second guy in who doesn't really have the chemistry with this set of receivers that the first-string quarterback does.
4th down. 2 receivers on either side of the formation. They're keeping the offense on.
4th and 14.
Back to pass Cuevas, looking to the left, sets up throws, and wasn't knocked away. Going to knock. Oh, my. I'm not sure what was going on there, but that got through the defensive back, Elijah Washington. He had him. I'm not sure what he was trying to do there, but he would have had him stopped him for a 1st down, but tried to make a different type of play, and that burned. That got Western Pioneers burned on that one.
That was selfish, Kent. You got to make that stop. It's 4th and 14. Why jump a ball and try to make a PBU if you don't know you have that interception?
Absolutely.
Why not just make the big hit? You're coming down on it, make the big hit.
Make the tackles.
Is it I or is it we? That's the question.
Wow.
And I hope they replay that for them when I mention it. It's not I, it's we.
Yeah, that's I've seen a few of those types of plays out here, and you got to just shake your heads like, wow, that's not championship football at all. Doing that. Kind of thing.
I'm sorry if you go after that play at that time and you don't make an interception, come sit down with me.
Absolutely,
come sit down.
Even the attempt to do that,
it was not a great idea.
No, it's not.
You got to know time and place, man. Time and place. It's different on first down or first down, 1st and 15. They just had a penalty and you try to do that. Okay, it's kind of understandable, but we're talking about like 4th down. They've got nothing going for them. It's 4th and 14, and you went for this interception that's just for you, or not even interception. You missed the PB with one hand.
There's a mistake here. Something's really wrong here because they marked the ball back at the 32-yard line, and there's no way the line to gain was further downfield than that. Got to go to where's instant replay?
I'm about to see right now, Kent.
Oh, that's right. You got an instant replay here. There was something really amiss here because the 1st down yardage was not there, and they're giving La Mirada a 1st down at the 32. If he went out of bounds at the 32, it should be Western's ball, I believe. Now, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, and I might be wrong again. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that I think the chains got goofed up out there. But the officials are talking it over. Coach Davidson had something to say about it. In defense, the officials don't have instant replay, so they're not really sure where it's at. And the problem is, when you got the guys on the sticks, when they're moving it when they shouldn't be moving it, you're gonna have a problem. So the officials still talking it over. I have a feeling they're just going to leave it as is because otherwise they're just going to be making it up. But again, back to the play of Elijah Washington. He's a really sharp player. I mean, he's a very good player, but you just got to remember he's a sophomore. You got to remember that you got to understand the situations as you mentioned, Justin.
Yeah, and it's going to be a teaching lesson. I would have probably made the same move as a sophomore. I'm not trying to be too hard on the kid. It was a great play. Don't get me wrong. But it's a split-second decision that was not the right decision in that specific scenario.
Right.
In many other scenarios, I'm loving the kid for jumping the ball right there and giving it a chance. But you got to realize no one's behind you. It's 4th and 14. Let's just get the stop and put our offense on the field.
Absolutely.
It's not about at times, right? There was a time where we were trying to run the ball back at half earlier this season. We make an interception and we're trying to, and it's like, hey, man, or at the end of the game or something, just go down. Let's end this half or end this
in the game.
It just
For
what purpose are we doing this? The win's in the bag, and in that moment, if you've got the win in the bag for that play, that set, that series, that game, you got to make the team decision, not the me decision.
Yeah, that's those are things that you hate to put that on the coaching staff, but you do. I mean, that's it is what it is. Kids weren't prepared. They don't. And why it wasn't done? It's a good question to be asked, and I'm sure the coaches will be thinking about it.
This whole coaching staff is a very heady coaching staff as far as them understanding what to teach the kids and really taking advantage of these learning lessons, right? So they do it in real time. They do a great job, and they have a great relationship with the guys. So I have no doubt that message will come across properly. Elijah's already made some big plays this game. We're seeing him kind of step into his own right now. We're like seeing the coming out party, basically, of Elijah with this game right now, doing a great job. And, he's feeling himself a little bit. So I get it. Hopefully he had that chat with one of the coaches down on the sideline there, though, and the end result will be we don't try to jump another football in that situation, especially tonight.
I'm just wondering what the officials are talking about all this time for. I mean,
I
come
don't
on,
know.
you already make a decision. You guys
Where
want
are you having your pizza tonight?
Exactly. You want pizza or what do you want?
Yeah.
Come on, guys,
You
let's
know.
move. Yeah, it's like, okay, we blew it, let's go. Well, what else are you going to do? There's not a whole lot of other decisions to be making. Let's go. Chop, chop. First and 10. Like they were going to reverse it. It's too funny. Trips out to the right side. Cuevas with the new set of downs. Handoff. That's Fregoso. And he'll pick up a couple. Now, here's the thing. In last week's game, these types of decisions or these types of moves always got capitalized by Huntington Beach. They capitalized on every single one, and or seemingly every single one that was just disaster for the Pioneers.
Great play there by Jacob Taylor making the solo tackle. Yeah, you're right, Kent. Last week, it was kind of like we missed one fourth down, we missed another, and then pretty much everything else that could not go our way didn't go our way. Tonight, very different.
I wasn't expecting Jacob to play tonight. He was a little dinged up. Handoff, left side. And, there's the first time we've seen the leading running back, Ishmael Garcia. His first carry goes backwards, so they'll lose a couple on the play.
That's John Hardy making the tackle for your Pioneers. Gotta wonder, maybe there was something going on with holding that running back out, relate to some classes or something. It just doesn't seem, I don't understand why they haven't played him yet. But he's back in, and guys will have to look out for him.
As you know, sometimes you have to sit a couple series for different reasons. So.
Oh, I never had to sit for different reasons other than bad play. Not bad school or nothing else.
Third down and 9, trips to the right side. Cuevas straight back to pass. Now he rolls out to his right, sets up, throws complete to the right side, and great job of tackling out there by Nesby.
Yeah, Nesby's on him like white on rice. The second he catches that football, Nesby's in his face, and he's giving him a pop, and he's not doing too much.
No.
He's not doing extracurricular out of bounds. He's not throwing him down.
Nope.
We don't need to throw hands up. I like that. That's what I like
That's
right
exactly. Go play football, make a play, run back, make the next play.
there. Yep.
That's
as
Pioneer
much as I
football.
love my 7-on-7 celebrations, you save it for the 7s, and when we play 11s, we strap up and play ball.
Another fourth down here for the Matadors. Cuevas back to pass. He's got time. Now he breaks a pocket, and he's going to get a first down on the right side using his legs at the 10 and gets knocked out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Cuevas, not known to be a runner, was able to break contain, and there was nobody home. And another fourth down conversion by the opponent.
Yeah, Aiden. Isaac Cuevas was actually really tricky there. He kind of looked like he was going to slow it down, gave a head pump, and then took off with a little bit of burst of speed and caught Western off guard to pick up that first down.
First and goal from the 5-yard line. Fregoso, the setback, he gets it, and he's swallowed up almost immediately. You know, Justin, there's something that's really is a troubling stat right now, and Western gives up 71% of their fourth down conversions on
that's a
defense.
late flag.
I mean, it's just terrible.
Yeah, it is. It's really a weakness of our team right now.
It's almost like a loss of focus. You know, we gave them that. We lost focus there on fourth down, and with Washington, and now that that the drive is extended. Someone clearly didn't stay home on that last play. I mean, you got a guy that's not really fast as a quarterback, not known as a runner, and he breaks it for 20 yards on fourth down.
Yeah,
That's
without really breaking a sweat. And we have another penalty here on Western for something
half the distance to the goal.
Extracurricular.
We'll replay second down. Yeah, Western needs a stand right here as we're at 1 minute, 1:02 to go here in the first quarter. La Mirada knocking on the door. Cuevas back to pass. He's in trouble, and down he goes. Luna gets him all the way back near the 15-yard line. Aiden Luna.
And Aiden Luna absolutely pulled a Superman there, wrapping him up around the waist and throwing all his weight into him. Man, I love seeing the progress of Aiden Luna, who worked just tirelessly this offseason, Kent, and documented it all, him and his dad. And, you know, he's definitely stepped it up a notch this year. The guy's looking good out there.
3rd and goal. 2 receivers to the left side of the formation. That's Fragoso, offset to the right. Back to pass. Cuevas looks over to the middle, and it's caught. And he's close, but he didn't quite get in. That's the freshman. No, he did get in. It's a touchdown. Boy, that's Wardlow, the freshman, pulling that one in tight coverage, and capitalizing on some miscues by the Pioneers is La Mirada, shades of last week.
And the Pioneers had 2 of their better guys there going up for that football. It's Lindsey trying to make the stop. It's actually Ernest Nunley trying to make the stop, and I believe Lindsey may have been there too. Someone else was there, maybe Aiden. But Ken, the 6'3" freshman just went up and bodied that. It was basically a basketball play like you see with tight ends in the NFL. They just go up, I'm 6'3", I'm going to get it no matter who's behind me.
Christian Hecker on to try the extra point, 6 out of 7 on the season. And there's another flag on the play. The kick was good.
Another flag because we jumped over the center, a rule that everybody knows not to do.
Everybody, but maybe some of our guys don't know. And so my guess is that if it's against us, and that's, what's that, like an unsportsmanlike penalty?
That will be applied on the kickoff.
On the kickoff, so.
Which is going to hurt us there because we had a 60-yard kickoff return tonight, and now we're not going to get a return because they're going to put it in the end zone. So there's a correspondence. Right now, this game should be 13-0. I'm just going to put it that way.
Yeah.
That whole last series was a self-inflicted wound of 7 points. And our defense is capable of very capable of, shutting out these guys, it looked like at the start of the game.
Yeah, but, if you beat yourself, it's going to be a long night, and these Matadors are certainly well coached by Lucas Mealy. Lucas Mealy used to be a coach over on Jason Negro's staff at St. John Bosco. So he's been there in big-time games before, and is getting this program turned around, taking it over for Mike Machete, currently over at St. Paul, who's taking on one of our alma maters in Los Alamitos tomorrow night.
I'll be there. We'll be covering it, too, just having a good time on the sideline.
Well, there was no penalty marked off here, which is kind of surprising, but okay, no penalty. Hecker booms it away, headed towards Bunchy. Takes it to the 15. Goes to the right side, he's at the 20. Trying to get the corner, and he's going to get knocked out of bounds right at the 25-yard line. Goes Bunchy Young.
Bunchy using all his real estate to stretch that one out and put one big stiff arm on the last defender coming in there.
Well, that's going to be the end of the first quarter. The score at the end of 1. Western 13 and La Mirada 7. It's time for your Pioneer shout-outs. Going to start off with the Monts, listening in from Whittier. Vicky Tkach, Randy Bowser, the Davidson clan. Bruce Bible into our remote soundtrack. Also doubles my lovely wife, Carmen. Justin, you got a few of yourself.
Yeah, to Coach Ojalabi, you should be listening down there on the sideline of OC Recruits, running his thing. We had an interview with him tonight pregame. We're going to have an interview with him at halftime. That whole class of 2007 as well, who we played against in 2006, that's our story with Coach O. Not only am I working with him now, does he work here at Western, is he a coach as well, but we also played against each other.
Oh, is that right?
In the CIF playoff game here, Cypress versus Western, and coached with each other in Dan Davison's inaugural year here at Western. So a long history for me and Coach O, and super excited to have him up hopefully here at half, who's shooting tonight, Bunchy Young and Chance Thomas amongst the rest of the fellas as they take on the Matadors.
Well, okay. Teams will flip ends of the field. Now Western will be going from right to left on 1st and 10. Starting this second quarter of play. Set up quickly, throw. That's Ernest Nunley on the receiving end. He's got it, breaks a tackle, breaks another. He's at midfield, still on his feet. He's at the 40. He's got one man to beat. He's at the 20, the 10. He's in. Touchdown, Western. Ernest Nunley.
And Ernest Nunley doing his dance in the end zone. Everybody meeting him down there to do the dance. Nunley put it on that time with a huge block. A huge block? What was that from? That huge block was from Osei, of course, just absolutely taking out the only guy who had a chance of tackling him. And they're dancing in the end zone. And back on the scoreboard is Western.
Ernest Nunley waiting for the kicker, it looks like. Rodriguez, oh, there he goes. Oh, yeah, I got to go kick. Now he's running around looking for the tee. Got it, gets it. Now he comes on. Okay, here we go. Special teams coach going, hey, where are you, kiddo?
Can you do me a favor and just put the tee in your pocket?
Yeah.
You're a kicker, bud. You're not playing wide receiver.
Rodriguez on to try the extra point. High snap, kick is up. It's been an adventure, and it is good. Another great job holding the ball by Chance Thomas. So with 11:46 to go here in the first half, it's Western 20 and La Mirada 7. That touchdown, the first catch of the season by Ernest Nunley, goes 75 yards. He's averaging 75 yards of reception. That looks good in the stat sheet.
Very much so. Looks good on the fantasy board too, Kent.
God, I wish I had
75.
On my team.
How many is that? How many extra points is that in our league?
That's
Holy
12
smokes.
points. That's 19. That's a 20. That's a 20-point play right there.
Yeah, and you know, Chance Thomas absolutely laid it out for him there. Just put the ball on the money. As he comes in motion, he's in the backfield, gets set up block from 3 wide receivers, and I believe it was Osei, but one of those wide receivers, either Osei or Aiden, took their guy and just ran him out of the picture. Like, without getting a penalty, without beating too much, or taking him down to the ground, just a through and through Debo Samuel kind of block. And then you got running behind it, Nunley, who's just, you know, a bully with the ball in his hands. Did you see how he was running?
Absolutely.
Like, he got skinny once, and after that it was like, don't even try. I'm out of here, dude.
Exactly. The Cal commit, Ernest Nunley, wanted to rebound after last week's. It was a disappointing game for him last week for sure, as he's matched up against Troy Foster, and Troy Foster probably had the better of him last week for sure for Huntington Beach. But Ernest Nunley, that's now his big touchdown by him. Rodriguez now kicking from right to left. As quickly, Western answers that touchdown against for La Mirada. Rodriguez, high kick, pooches it off to the left side, bounces. Western's got it! They got it!
What a recovery,
Ken! Away! Oh my! That was Keone Ziegler getting that ball. Wow.
Yeah, it's well past 10 yards. Are you sure that's Ziegler? That looked like Bonaiasoni.
I thought it was 15 that got it.
I was either 9 or 15, huh?
Who was it?
You're right. 9.
No, you're right. It wasn't 9. It was 19.
Oh, 19.
Apologize for that.
Nesby
getting on down there and recovering that kick as La Mirada was slow to get it, and Western's able to get it. And that's one of those kicks that hits the natural grass here, right, and just stops. And running on down there to get that was Nesby, and Western's got the ball again, 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Great attention to detail on special teams. Look for Western to oh, okay. There's a timeout right now. I was going to say look for Western to hit a change of pace, big play right there.
Well, they had Lindsey in the backfield at quarterback. Pretty sure that's him back there. Yeah, they're running some of your favorite Ronnie Brown stuff from the old Miami Dolphins days.
Chance was still back there.
Was he?
Yeah. I don't know what they had going there, though. I couldn't quite figure it out.
Oh, okay. You know, I think that was my second time I was wrong this year. Goodness. Okay, we've been talking about the special teams and not really having a great night, at least on coverage. But on this particular one, Rodriguez just did a great golf shot right there. Put it right on the 30, right on the number 30, and it stood right there. Well, here we go, 1st and 10. Hardy offset to the left of Thomas, standing just to his left. Lindsay, the deep man in the pistol. Bunchy Young, we haven't had his name called tonight. He's offset. He's by himself to the left. High snap, back to pass as Thomas looked first. Now he goes over the middle, incomplete. Looking for Segbe, and goes incomplete.
Just missed him by a hair. Chance Thomas putting that one on the line, and Segbe not able to come up with it.
Second down and 10.
Man, do you see these camera shots tonight, Kent, are just phenomenal, man.
Absolutely. Kevin Arroyo nailing it. Give him an Emmy.
God, I love it.
Second and 10, handoff. Now spins out of his Thomas. Sets up, looking deep to the right side, and he's got no incomplete. Looking again for Segbe.
I'm going back shoulder to Ose. Putting it where the corner can't get to it, but just put it a little too far out of bounds.
You know, we haven't called Bunchy's number once tonight, at least as a receiver, as Jacob Galvin. He's got him locked down. He had the first interception of the ball that was thrown out to Ose Segbe, as Segbe is the highest targeted receiver tonight so far for the Pios. Third down and 10. As La Mirada jumps offside, blitz coming a little too soon, and Chance Thomas draws him off on the hard count. That'll make it third down and 5.
Great job by Chance. 3 yards. They say in life, Kent, you can't make $1 million in a minute or a second, but you could save it. And it's the same thing in football. You can't get 5 yards for free unless you trick them, just like Chance did. Save those 5. There we go.
Third and 5. Ball's on the ground as Lindsay never got it, and I think La Mirada picked it up. They did. Lindsay never had the ball, and it just got right away from him, and jumping on it easily was La Mirada, and Western's unable to capitalize on that great special teams plays, and La Mirada will take over.
Yeah, that time Western was faking the handoff to the first running back and then going to hand the ball off to Skylar Lindsay, and it looked like the transition or the handoff itself just did not go right. It maybe hit low in the stomach or hit the pads and bounce out. Not sure where to put that one on, but it's definitely between the exchange, quarterback-running back exchange, where that happened.
First and 10 now for La Mirada. As you can see us up in the booth. Cuevas back to pass. He's got time. Throws over the middle. Wide open. Right at the 45-yard line. Well, there was more. It seemed like there was a lot more yellow jerseys than there were blue jerseys on that route.
Yeah, I'm not sure where we were off there either because they just lined up and, twins left. They had 2 receivers out there. We have 2 defenders. And
well, that play's coming back. There's a flag on the field. And that's generally where there's a hold. And let's get a picture of the white hat there. It is holding against La Mirada. That'll move him back 10. Takes away that big play there. Now we got a first down and 20. Back at the 10-yard line. As Western dodged a bullet on that one. Trips out to the left side. Handoff up the middles is Fregoso. And he'll pick a few out to the 13-yard line. But they got to pick it up in a lot bigger chunks if they're going to try to convert this second down.
Ose with the pressure in the backfield. Trying to choose between the running back and quarterback as he headed that one off, and he missed them both. Split the 2. But right now, Western just doing their best to keep this one backed up. So second down and 18.
Ose, the leading tackler on the team this year, coming into this ball game. Oh, hit as he throws. The ball's so high and picked out. I don't know if he got it or he dropped it. He got it. Ose and Segbe with the interception. Big pressure coming in by Western. Oh, my gosh. Who was it? Was that Donovan Davis?
I'll tell you right now, Kent.
I think it was Donovan Davis applying immense pressure there, and that ball went sailing high. Wow.
I want to say Ian Douglas.
Number 99?
Yep.
Well, if it was 99, that was Ian Douglas.
I think it was Ian Douglas. But that being said, Ken, how many players do you know that could blitz the quarterback one play and go make an interception the next? Wow, great play there by Ose.
Western's got it. 1st and 10 inside the 20-yard line of La Mirada. Thomas sets up looking for Bunchy in the end zone. Got it! Touchdown, Western! Bunchy Young!
And Bunchy Young waiting to make his come-out party tonight as he gets a flag in the end zone for the celebration. But Bunchy Kent had a very sly and slick little push-off there that the ref didn't see. It was very soft, but Bunchy created just enough space in the corner of the end zone for him to make that catch. And Western's back on the board. They haven't put the points up yet because of that flag, but that flag had to have been after for that celebration.
We'll see. Well, they're talking it over with Chance Thomas. Touchdown is good. And dead ball, there's unsportsmanlike conduct against, it's against La Mirada. Okay, so it's not against Western. I was going to say, because he just jumped up and celebrated.
Bunchy jumps up into the arms of his lineman, George Lopez Medina, and Bunchy's not a huge guy. George just kind of gave out. He thought other people were going to help him hold Bunchy up or something. It's like, man, Bunchy put on some weight this year. Like,
Exactly.
I can't do this anymore.
Bunchy. That's funny.
Bunchy, a much bigger dude than last year. He looks like a grown man now.
Well, that's the first time we called Bunchy's name, and he goes into the end zone, his 5th of the season.
We must have just been hiding him, right?
Absolutely. Rodriguez on to try the extra point. Snap down, kick is up, and it is good. So with 10:32 to go here in the first half, it's Western 27 and La Mirada 7.
Ken, I got a shout-out I forgot to give. Who's listening this week? My man John Quall from the Doughboys was here last week covering us. At Huntington Beach covering us. He loves covering Bunchy and Chance, whether it's 7-on-7 or tackle football. And I went down there after the game, and we had a little chat. And, man, he's excited for the next season coming up, and he's going to be in California for like 6 of the next 8 weeks. Going to be out here seeing us a lot. So if you guys want to see some extra content, Western-related, you will get 3 or 4 more weeks of that from John Quall and the Doughboys as they come out here and follow the season of Bunchy Young and Chance Thomas, much like they did last year. And a funny guy, dude. A really funny guy, good guy. Somebody who is just really fun follow on social media for you guys. It looks like we'll get set up here to kick the ball off, Kent.
Okay. Rodriguez converts. Again, it's been an adventure for Chance Thomas over there. I mean, the ball's coming different ways at him. It's coming to high, it's coming low, it's bouncing to him. It'd be nice to get a snap that actually gets him right in the hands, where he just gets it and puts it straight down. He's almost like a contortionist back there. Rodriguez, ball this time in the middle of the field. And the deep man is at the 20-yard line. They're not expecting a big kick as he approaches it. High kick, and he just kicks this one out of bounds, shy of the 50-yard line. And actually so that penalty was against Western. So they did kick off from the 25-yard line. I don't know. That didn't seem terribly unsportsmanlike. I mean, it's not like they spiked or anything.
I think it might have been Bunchy doing this, like you can't see me over his face or something, because it's not necessarily doing that. It's like what they're telling us in the NFL now, which everybody goes off of that or tries to, right? These refs want to be in the NFL. Let's be real. So when you're doing your celebration, you can't be like running towards somebody or coming at them. Like that's the taunting part of it, right? Like go do the celebration to the side with the cameraman and by yourself, or like old time, just walk back. Hand the ball to the ref.
No, I can't do that.
You know, Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
Did you ever see him celebrate?
No.
I never seen him celebrate, not once.
That's really old school, Justin. That's my era. Okay, La Mirada's got it. Great field position at the Western 45-yard line, 1st and 10.
But, yeah, I think a little excessive that he got a penalty for that. But if you don't celebrate, no chance at a penalty, right? That's a greater point I'm making. And Bunchy having a good time, but just got to run away from the competition if you're going to do your thing, because they are going to call it more and more often now that that's being called at the upper levels.
Cuevas sets up, throws quickly, complete out to the left side. And tackled almost right away as he hauled that one in. Was Adam Tedrick. Aiden Tedrick, I'm sorry.
Elijah Washington making the tackle. And good coverage. Forces them into 2nd and 5.
2 receivers to the right side. Cuevas looking much better as a passer tonight in this ballgame. Now he takes off running and gets hauled down right near the line of scrimmage. Again, he's hauled down right, almost, I'm not going to say like an arm tackle, but he was tackled he went down there pretty easily. And again, unlike Ace, their sophomore quarterback, Ace Fagata, he's a dude out there. You can see him out there. He's 6 foot, 215. He's put together. You're not going to pull him down like that. He'd break that tackle in a second. 3rd down and 4, just inside the 40-yard line. Cuevas sets up, throws. It's and dropped. Taylor knocked it up in the air. Hardy had it for a second and wasn't able to haul it in. And the ball falls harmlessly to the Handle Field turf here. It's going to bring up a 4th down. And La Mirada is keeping the offense on the field with 9:27 to go here in the first half. It's 27-7 Pioneers. Ball on the left hash. Western showing blitz. Now they back out of it. As Deshaun Rufus is coming up from his outside linebacker spot. He backs out. Here comes the blitz from the other side. Cuevas steps up in the pocket. He breaks free. He's got a 1st down, depending on where he started his slide. And there got him a 1st down.
And Kent, this is what's happening. When we bring pressure off the edge, Cuevas is just deciding to run to the other side. So 2-3 plays ago, we brought pressure off the edge. That was Deshaun Rufus coming down. Cuevas ran to the left when pressure was coming off the right. Or opposite, ran to the right when the pressure was coming off the left.
1st down as Cuevas uses his legs one more time to convert a 4th down. And again, Western cannot get off the field on 4th down. 1st and 10. Fregoso breaks through. Gets down near the 30-yard line.
Got to slow up there in the backfield. We're getting a great timing on our blitz, especially that time Deshaun Rufus. Once again, this is like 3 times in this series. He's had great timing on his blitz, but he's overrunning the play, Kent. He's just got to slow his step down. Just a hint, and he's going to make a humongous hit on the running back or the quarterback. No matter who has the football, he's right there.
Well, Justin, we may come off as critical, at least maybe I do, and a lot of it isn't so much that you want to see, you want to be critical of the boys. But what you want is, that they're working so hard, and they're in a tough league, this Delta League coming up here in 2 weeks, or actually after the bye. You can't do these types of things. As we saw last week against Huntington Beach, when you do silly things or you do things that aren't really smart, good teams will make you pay, and you don't win those games. You can't get away with the kind of stuff that you got away with, maybe in the past years with the Orange League, but you can't get away with it against good teams. I'm not saying La Mirada is not a good team, but they're clearly a little bit less talented out here, especially with their injuries. And Western, you got to have the boys playing. They got to be playing smarter. They got to be doing the stuff that you're talking about.
Yeah, we're going to go into 2 or 3 of these league games as underdogs, and that's just the God's honest truth. No matter what happens in the next few games, no matter if we win everything going into it, we will be underdogs going into those games, and it's rightfully so because we're in a very tough league. This is gone are the days of the Orange League and Western just cakewalking its way to 250 championships in a row if they wanted. That's just not going to happen anymore. This next championship won by Western in this Delta League will be one that is extremely hard fought, like a dog fight. That's what we're in for this year. And when in doubt and when in that type of dog fight, you can't afford any of those like me mistakes because it takes the team sticking together. And I've been through it. That's why I speak on it, is because I've been part of a team that's been lesser and beat more. Yep. But it takes the team, right? It does. It really takes the buy-in of everybody. And this team has it. I can tell. They're so on the edge of being a greatly talented and great team together. So we're just trying to shore up these few little things that would be great to shore up. And that's why we bring it up. These guys are in preseason for a reason. And by the time we get to league, we just want it to be right.
There's a little goof up there on the snap as La Mirada playing out of the Gateway League. They got it in tough as well. So both teams are in tough leagues. And if they want to do some advancing in the playoffs or actually, make noise in their league. But you think about this this Delta League. Last week or the week before playing Huntington Beach, Trabuco Hills takes out Huntington Beach 20-19. That's a team that handed us our lunch in Huntington Beach. So think about that. Trabuco Hills beat them by 1. And they're
in our league.
They're for our schedule. And the only team that seems to be down a little bit is El Medina. And they're no slouch. Yeah, they're well coached out there. So you got very well coached teams. Capo Valley, they're, and then Tustin's, they're tough. The team that's probably going to struggle the most this season would be Cypress, but they're undefeated so far this season. 2nd down and 10. Western showing blitz. Here they come. Cuevas sets up throws and almost intercepted as Washington jumped the route. Couldn't quite get that in. Broke it up though, and that'll bring up 3rd down.
Great job there by Elijah Washington. He's in zone coverage, and he decides to leave his zone because everything is staying in front of him, and that's the point where you can come up and
Absolutely.
make a play like that. Is you have another guy right there on the receiver. You're coming up into an area which you're not just bailing your zone.
3rd down and 10. Western showing blitz. Here they come. Cuevas throws off to the left side, incomplete, and missed the mark on that one.
It's Nesby getting back in coverage there.
But, nice job there by Cuevas putting the ball out there. They're only his guy's going to get it. It's not going to get intercepted.
Well, he's done a good job of that tonight. He's not been too far off when he's off, and he's delivering it to where it needs to go to, efficiently run these plays for his team. I'd say they're just missing by a hair, and Western's got to keep it together because if they start hitting a couple more of those, we're really in for a game.
4th down and 10. See if Western can get off the field. Cuevas back to pass, sets up looking for the end zone, incomplete. And Western will take over on down.
And I may have jinxed him there, Kent, because that one sailed real high, and in coverage there for Western was Ernest Nunley. Nunley doing a good job of recognizing that ball was uncatchable and just, using his body and not any extra force that could get him flagged on the back end of that play. That's good heads-up football, Kent. What do you call it? Phi
Beta Kappa.
Phi Beta Kappa.
I can't take credit for that one. That's a Chick Hearnism.
Yep.
And if you remember that guy, you really are getting old school. 1st and 10. Western. 8:14 to go here in the first half. Western 27-7 over to the Matadors. And there's a stoppage here. Timeout by La Mirada. And I want to say they took one before. Got anybody out there saying hi to us on YouTube? I want to thank you, most of you who are listening in to the Pioneer Press. Hit the subscribe button and get subscribed up on the YouTube channel here for Pioneer Press. Get notified for all the great content that Coach Mr. Almeida puts out with the students they have here. Such a production, and tonight's program is even getting better and better. We got through some technical difficulties. Actually, Justin, the thing I was going to talk about was last week, how the team got together. What I mean by the team, the media team here at Western. All these students were able to pull it together and put out a broadcast against incredible odds. I was thinking there was no way we're going to be able to get that broadcast off at all, and we were able to pull it off. Yeah, it was rough, but we did it, and it felt really good. And it was all all result of this team here behind us, the media team at the Pioneer Press. They kept it together. Clutch time performances by these guys. 1st and 10. Motion man goes, that's Lindsay. Gets the ball out to the left side. It's complete. Cuts back at the 40. He's at the 50. Down the sideline he goes and gets pushed out of bounds right here in front of us, just inside the La Mirada territory at the 47-yard line.
Skylar Lindsay really provides a different dynamic to this Western offense. The way he's able to catch and run the football. A whole history of great running backs here at Western, but Lindsay, a bit of a different type that we're seeing this year.
1st and 10. Back to passes, Thomas. He's got time. And Osegbe's open, and he missed it. He slowed down the route just a little bit. Probably could have kept going and run right into and walked into the end zone. He goes incomplete.
Second time tonight, I think Osei's missed one because he slowed his route a bit trying to find that football. But on the back end there, we're talking about Skylar Lindsay, how dynamic he is. He just picked up a block at running back, in order to keep his quarterback from being hit, Kenton. That's a big thing we look at, too, with running backs. Can they play in pass coverage? Because if you want to play at the next level, that's what it takes.
That was a very well-designed play there as Osegbe was wide open. And Osegbe was wide open. Thomas keeping it, pulling it out himself, getting to the outside. Takes it, he slides down. They're going to mark the slide down at the 40. That's the kind where you want to see him dive towards the first down sticks. You know, stay low, don't get hurt, but dive down towards and go get the first down.
I agree 100%, Ken, especially because you got one guy out there that has a possible tackle to you, and you have one guy for yourself out there. So you got to get small, get short, get low, and shoot that, get that first down.
3rd down and 3. And La Mirada jumps off sides. And that's going to give Western that first down. Yeah, that's another hard count. And La Mirada, you know, Coach Mealy's got to be beside himself. As you know, you can't give up. He's saying the very same things.
Yeah, he is. You know, like you said, Mealy comes from Bosco, St. John Bosco background, and they're all about perfection. So, sure, that kind of rubs him a little bit, rubs him the wrong way.
Thomas back to pass, escapes the pocket, escapes pressure, sets up throws in and out of the hands of Hardy. That thing came at him a little too hot.
Bit of a dangerous one there, Kent.
Yeah, he's running to his left, kind of turned his shoulders, throws back, and you know what need to say? He's never thrown late across the middle, but there's a flag on the play.
He threw late across the middle. It was a short pass. He put a lot of heat on that one. John Hardy had no idea it was going to have that much heat, just bounced right off his hands. Lucky that it wasn't one of those that ends up being an interception the other way, because La Mirada had Jacob Galvan, the senior cornerback, right there and made the dive for the interception.
2nd down and 10. And they picked up the flag. 2nd down and 10. As Western's getting set, the little fire drill going on there. And there's a timeout. Timeout Western with 7:08 to go here in the first half. It's Western 27 and La Mirada 7. Yeah, there's a lot of confusion going on down there as, you know, guys are on both sides, you know, running around on both sides of the formation. That's never a good sign.
Yeah, you know, you have certain plays that you're looking to do from certain spots on the field, right? So let's say you get lined up on the right hash. You know, you have a set where you line up maybe with Osei by himself, locked in on a corner, there on one side, but you set up 3 on the other side in order to isolate everything to that side. You want the one-on-one matchup, and you want your guy to go up and have a chance. Looked like that time when we set up opposite of what we were looking to do, call a timeout. Now we see Osei back on that side I was talking about on the right, not the left. And look for us to go to Osei right now.
Trips out to the left side. On 2nd and 10, Thomas back to pass, looks left, sets up throws, and it's complete. No, he didn't quite get there. It was a bunch of Young. Goes incomplete. There's a flag on the play. Well, this is a slow-moving half. We're only at 7 minutes in. We've only played 5 minutes. Seems like this half's taken half an hour. And there's a hold against Western. Penalties will do that for you, right? Hey, Justin, got people, you know, we had so many people on YouTube sending in chats, and we had somebody from, you know, watching from across the country, which, again, we appreciate you all tuning in.
Got to say hi out there to Lamont Douglas, family of Ian Douglas watching in tonight.
All right. Yeah, be sure to chat us up. Justin will engage every now and then. 2nd down and 20, trips out to the left side this time. Fake to him, throw to Bunchy. Bunchy's got a couple guys around him. He circles around, breaks a tackle. He's at the 30 and, takes a kind of an awkward turn there, but is able to pick up 15 yards. Bunchy Young, that's only his 2nd reception of the night. Yeah, he's a little slow to hobble to get up.
That time, Chance Thomas making the fake to Skylar Lindsay, then throwing the ball out on the wide receiver screen to Bunchy, as Bunchy makes a U-turn to do that screen. Had a perfect block set up in front of him and was able to pick up an easy first down.
3rd down and 5. 2 receivers on either side of the formation. Ball's on the left hash. La Mirada showing blitz. Here they come. Chance is in trouble, and he's going to go down. No, he throws it up in the air, and, boy, he'd be lucky if he doesn't get grounding on that one.
Aiden's got to run back to that area if he sees that happening, right? That's what you would hope.
You'd think so, but Thomas was lucky just to get that one away to avoid the sack. Has not been sacked tonight. Only sacked a few times last week after getting sacked 8 times in the first game.
We're a bit nervous there about possible grounding, but it looks like they're looking at it as Chance Thomas was out of the pocket when he threw that football.
4th down and 5.
Another offsides there from MIRADA?
No, they moved a little bit, but didn't quite cross into the neutral zone. On 4th down and 5, they're crowding the line of scrimmage. Looking blitz. Here they come from the right side. Thomas rolls out. He's in trouble. Down he goes. That got there quick, and he is sacked. Coming in there to make the stop was Jacob Galvin from the corner, a corner blitz. And Western has no answers, and La Mirada will take over on downs.
Yeah, that's just a huge play by Galvin. A lot of confidence from the coaching staff sending Galvin after Chance Thomas, but Galvin showing that he's a very speedy guy there getting Chance from the backside. Usually Chance is able to escape that one and go make something out of it. Galvin closed that distance, that last 4 or 5 feet, very fast and jumped on his back.
It almost seemed to me like there's no hot route.
Yeah, I agree.
Just the way that there's, you see pressure coming like that, somebody's got to be open.
Dunk it. Yep.
Absolutely. 1st and 10, La Mirada. They've got it at the 38. Cuevas rolling out to his right, and he's hit as he throws. That ball's up in the air. Ernest Nunley's got it. Going the other way. He's at the 35. He's at the 40. He's at the 45, still on his feet, slung down there. So we'll turn that back around, and Western will take it over.
And a great job by Nunley falling back into coverage there. Behind the receiver was another DB. Nunley takes the opportunity to go up and high point that football, making the interception, turning it back around and trying to find some open space on the field to go make a run for it, right? But no doubt, Nunley was able to secure that interception and kept safety of the football. We got to love that. Puts his offense back on the field. And La Mirada's got to want that one back. They were just starting to find a little bit of movement there in their offense, and that pass was way short. Well, both Nunley and Aiden Payne in coverage.
Great job of pressuring by the front of the Pioneers. That's the 4th interception on the season for Ernest Nunley. 1st and 10, Pioneers have it back. 5:52 to go here in the first half. They're up 20. Lindsey breaks one tackle and still on his feet, crosses midfield. Nice bit of running there by Skylar Lindsey, picking up 7 yards on 1st down.
That time, Chance Thomas handing that one off last second with Lindsey, too.
Nunley in the backfield. He's a deep man. I think that's Nunley, isn't it? Thomas back to pass. He's in trouble. And he spins away again, and they're not going to get him. They're going to get him this time.
Yeah,
after not being sacked much in the first part of this ball game, he goes back-to-back big sacks. As La Mirada is finding some pressure points here for the Pioneers.
Yeah, that was Nunley in the backfield, Kent. Skylar Lindsey was out at wide receiver, and Nunley giving his best Ashton Gianti college stance, standing straight up. Didn't go down and wasn't able to make a block as they brought the house on that play.
They're down in 15. And there's a flag on the play.
Western setting up screen on that one.
Actually, there's a timeout. La Mirada bangs a timeout here. They've got one left, so with 4:40 to go. Yeah, this is one of those things that, it seems to me that the Pioneers are really struggling in pass protection. In these last few plays, it's whenever there's confusion coming, they're showing different looks. In fact, La Mirada didn't even have anybody in a 3-point stance. Nobody had their hand on the ground, and they're just going to come from different angles and
call them jelly beans.
Is that what it is?
That's what we used to do. With it. Everybody come to the line and stand up. You don't know who's got a hand down, who's coming, who ain't.
Uh-huh.
And you just jump around like jelly beans. They got to guess. We did that, Kent. When we were 1-9, we did it.
You call it jelly beans?
We call it jelly beans.
Oh, my God. That is funny. What does jelly bean have to do with jumping up and around? I don't get it.
You got all different flavors of jelly beans. I don't know. It's
well, did they
just
jump?
We would go up to the line and you'd have all the linebackers and all the linemen come up to the line.
Yeah.
And everybody's showing, but standing straight up. Like, we're not getting down. And then you get down in your stance last second. Or the guys who go, and the guys who stay, drop, right?
I must be
but
old.
you're
'cause I can't-
confusing them.
I don't get the jelly bean connection, though. I just don't
Hey,
get
it made
that part.
sense for me back then. I can't make the connection anymore.
Third down and 15. Nunley goes in motion from right to left. Thomas steps up in the pocket. Now he takes off, and I'm not sure why he's running the sideline there. And now he takes a big hit going out of bounds. Yeah, that was not one of the better looking runs there for Chance Thomas.
I figured it out why it was jelly beans, Kent.
Okay.
Because if you combine the IQs of all of us, front seven, it was about that of a jelly bean. Real life IQ, but football IQ was great. Real life IQ, jelly beans.
That's hysterical.
That's probably why they gave that defense that nickname. Watching us pop up and jump around when we couldn't figure out how to stop offense.
Oh, God. Comedy.
Another guy down on the field here for La Mirada.
Oh, yeah, that's not good. You never like seeing injured ball players down there, and hopefully that's just a cramp. But it doesn't look like it. He seems to be in a little bit too much pain down there.
I'll take 21. I don't have a 21 on the roster.
I don't either. That's going to bring up a fourth down and 7 there. Pretty decent crowd here from La Mirada. You know, they the great community of football over there. They brought their band, and they're on the other side. You know, the stands, you know, for Thursday night, half full when you got Monday Night Football going on, and the Green Bay Packers and Tucker Kraft, the tight end.
Oh, I think Tucker's gone for 2 or 3 now. He's going crazy this week, Kent.
Yeah?
You have him in our league. I have him in my league. Kent, you know, a big, like, deep breath prayer moment there during the national anthem with that flag flying half staff. I don't remember the last time we called a game when that flag was flying like that. And it's just a good reminder of why I love football, you know. It's a good couple hours where we can just focus on this no matter what. I'm enjoying this right now.
You got to have fun. And this is our diversion. So hopefully and thankfully you're all able to listen to this ball game with us. 4th down and 7. Nunley goes from left to right in motion. Thomas trying to get him to jump. Not this time.
No, not lasso. We're in a row. Boston.
So getting some plays called in again. A little confusion coming out of the timeout for Western. The back judge is counting him down. We'd be lucky to get this play off. We do. Thomas sets up throws. Complete. Aiden Payne's got it. 1st down and more. He's at the 20. He's at the 15. He's going. Touchdown! Western! Aiden Payne!
Aiden Payne. That one drawn up for your boy, number 5, Aiden Payne, making the reception and using the speed and skill to glide right into the end zone. Everybody's excited for that one. I just heard the offense coordinator absolutely go crazy on that one. They set that one up for AP to get his shot. AP made the best of it.
He turned on the jets, and he was gone. He split the defenders and raced into the end zone. Aiden Payne on the receiving end of that bullet from Chance Thomas. Thomas now goes from thrower to receivers. He's looking to receive this snap. High snap, is able to pull it down. There was a timeout before the snap, so we're going to do this over again. There was an offside against La Mirada, and usually Coach Davidson would want to send the offense back onto the field. And he does. Offense coming in as now they're going to go for 2 here.
And we got some more family members getting in here on YouTube. Big shout out to Lua. She's saying shout out to her nephew, Deshaun Rufus. Sean playing tonight, doing a great job. Guys, keep tuning in with us. We'll be here all season. Western going to take advantage of this right now, Ken. I think this has a lot to do with the one you missed earlier, right? So you can get those points back right now if you score 2.
When you get
35-7 and come out and score one more touchdown and you're running clock.
Well, you're at the 1.5 yard line there, so you want to go ahead and get that in. When they give you a free 5, then why not? Take it in. Looks like a Wildcat set. It is. Skylar Lindsey gets it. Right side he goes. Pushes the pile. He's in. He's got it. Skylar Lindsey. 2-point conversion is good.
I love how our running backs always share their celebration with their linemen. That's Skylar Lindsey going up and giving a big belly bump to Mr. Marley Nguyen. Marley It's a big guy, and you know, if you go up and give him a real belly bump, you're going to lose that one, Skyler. So.
So with 3:56 to go here in the first half, it's Western 35 and La Mirada 7. There's another flag in the play, and I think this one's going to be against La Mirada. They're not too happy about that last touchdown. And there's the official telling us what happened. Personal foul against La Mirada, so they're going to enforce that on the kickoff.
Hey, you got to love that camera shot. I could almost read his lips.
I know.
I could read the referee's lips right there. That's a great camera shot. He had it right on him perfect.
You don't even get that in the NFL.
No, you don't.
That's an NFL professional type shot.
Kent
Another big
knows
shout
every
out.
hand signal, and I know how to read lips. So together, we're going to be like
Kevin Arroyo
perfect.
again, nailing it. Oh, wow.
Oh, boy, oh, boy. La Mirada getting a bit frustrated here. And these refs have had their work cut out for them in the first half. Kent still somehow managing to have about 4 minutes on the clock, 3:56 left to go. And I feel like they've gotten a whole game worth of action with all the stops we've had here in this first half due to flags.
Well, at the 45 and the wind blowing in his face, see if Rodriguez can put this one into the end zone. Approaches the ball, booms it away, line drive kick, and goes off the hands. I think, oh, wait, there's another flag on the play.
It's like we were offside. So that advantage that we just had, we're going to lose.
Well, only go back 5 this time.
I like the kick, though. Rafael Rodriguez put a knuckleball on that one to the left.
You know, I'm watching him in practice, and, you know, those kickers, they're all by themselves kicking. So he's got to kick it. He's got to go retrieve it. You know, he's basically –
You're basically his only friend?
He's solo cholo out there. So, yeah, I want to go talk to him a little bit. I like that line, solo cholo.
Man.
Okay, let's see what Rodriguez can do here. Okay, ball is right at midfield, and Rodriguez is approaching it. And this time, pooch kick, middle of the field, taken at the 25 by the up man, and breaks through one line, takes a big hit. Ball comes free.
Ball's out.
I'm not sure who's got it.
Western's pointing our way.
There's
They're having a
John
battle at the
Hardy's
bottom.
down there. Let's see which way the official blows. Hardy was down there with it.
And I was going to tell you, Ken, that's one of those kicks you probably
And
want a fair
Western
catch.
has it.
And that's exactly why.
John Hardy takes the ball away down there, and Western gets another special teams turnover.
More bully ball for Western, Kent. They came out with that mentality tonight. That's great. Amazing kick again. 2 huge plays tonight, garnering the ball back to the offense due to the kicker and our special teams play on the kickoff.
You know, I actually got a chance to talk to him because, you know, he's saying, you know, kickers, they have, you know, they're a little quirky, and he talked to him a little bit, and he said, well, I'm just a kicker. And I said, you're not just a kicker. You understand how valuable you were last year. It's incredible, and you're making extra points. You're not just a kicker. You're a huge part of this team, and, you know, he's such a shy kid, you know, Rafael Rodriguez. But he's an interesting kid. I like him. He's a fun kid. We're talking about Charles Schwab. 1st and 10. Talking investments in sideline.
That's great.
Back to passes Thomas. He's got plenty of time. Looking for Bunchy. Got it! Touchdown, Western! Bunchy Young.
And Chance Thomas to Bunchy Young continues. That's the Anaheim connection right there that we're going to remember for years. Chance Thomas to Bunchy Young. Bunchy slowing up that route a little bit, going up high, pointing that football. You can see these guys been playing together forever. It's just like pen on paper, Ken. It's so easy sometimes with them too. And Bunchy, another touchdown, extending his amazing stats to start the season. I think Bunchy's close to 500 yards now in the 4 games this season.
Snap count kick is short to the right. Got underneath that one, Rodriguez. So the score with 3:42 to go here in the first half, it's Western 41 and La Mirada 7. You know, Cal Preps had this game 28-20 Western. Had it a lot closer than it is, but Western's pulling away from this one.
Yeah, I think I was hopeful for exactly what we're seeing tonight. I thought that was how this would line up. I didn't know that there wouldn't be as a starting quarterback in play for La Mirada, so I think that has an effect to this game, of course. Ken, I was going to make a joke, just tell you, you know, our kicker kicks it so well on that kickoff, like that pooch kick. I think we need to give him enough time in between kickoff and extra point where he can go kick in the, you know, go get that regular kickback.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, dude, when I got to the sideline, I'm pretty much already running back out on the field to kick again. Bunchy just touchdown again.
It's funny, Roger. He was on we were talking at the JV game, and, you know, because he's a kicker for the JV guys, too. And more about that in a second. As Rodriguez, pooch kick again. And there's stoppage. There's another offsides against Western.
Okay, it's a footwork thing. I will 100% tell you that because I'm watching him set up for his kicks, and he's not consistent with how he's setting up or where he's setting up. Normally, your kicker will walk off on kickoff. They'll walk off from the ball backwards. They'll walk off 5 steps to the behind, 3 steps to the left if they're going from that foot, 3 steps to the right if they're going from that foot. And similarly, on an extra point, it'll be 3 and 2. Both times he's set up, he doesn't walk it off. He just went straight to where he thinks he's supposed to be. And I think that could affect the kick. Much like in golf, you got to come with the same, setup every time. When you swing that leg, it's very important kicking.
Yeah, that's definitely, you're pulling your head way soon. You're not even watching the ball. As he approaches it again, high kick, taken at the 40 and over to the 45-yard line goes Jacob Galvin. He's really an athlete out there I like him a lot. He looks good.
I was going to say, great job making a tackle on Jacob Galvin there because if he breaks that line of defenders, we saw his speed earlier. He's off to the races. That's just the honest truth. You've seen him on that blitz. I mean, you've seen a different flash of speed from him.
Yeah.
He's got that Skylar Lindsey kind of burst to him. I would be interested to see them utilize him,
Well, just on that corner,
more on
that corner blitz, he got there in a flash to sack on that big 4th down play.
They covered the distance on Chance very quickly.
1st and 10. Let's see how La Mirada answers. Cuevas back. He's in trouble setting up a screen. It's complete, but got sniffed out. Jacob Taylor right on in coverage there. And Jacob coming back from an injury last week was able to come in and make a nice stop there.
Jacob has consistently been one of those type of linebackers that you can't fool on the screen. He was like that last year. He's like that this year. He's got a good knack for football. A bigger football player who's just growing into his body and really making a bunch of plays. But that's a high IQ, good football play right there we love to see from Jacob Taylor.
2nd and 10. Cuevas sets up, throws. It's complete. And ball that's what you call getting separated from the ball. Elijah Washington. That's how you want to play that position right there.
And he didn't do too much.
Nope.
He came up. He seen him bobbing the ball. He just put a shoulder right into the ball.
That was it.
And look, he paid for it. The receiver saying, ow, I'm hurting right now. I got a dead arm.
And he's got to
come
off.
I dropped that ball. I'm kind of, And Elijah didn't do anything extra. He could have ran up and did that same hit and grabbed some legs and ran the guy. And then, you risk a penalty.
Yeah.
Right? It's tough, but I like the way he's playing tonight. This whole secondary has done a good job. This whole defense has just done a pretty good job of playing together as a unit.
3rd down and 10. Western showing blitz. They haven't gotten home yet. As La Mirada does a nice job picking up. That's complete. Cuevas delivers a strike. Ball's loose. And no, but they're going to say he was down. That would have added a few more yards, but Joseph Alvarado was able to haul in that strike from Cuevas. Cuevas doing a nice job hanging in the pocket and delivering a strike for that conversion. 1st down. La Mirada, they've got it at the Western 39-yard line, 2:27 and counting here in the first half. It's all Western, 41-7. La Mirada trying to get something on the board here going into halftime. Cuevas back double clutch, throws incomplete. Off the target there is Jacob Taylor in coverage.
It looked like Western able to really force that one. Deshaun Rufus coming in off the edge, forcing that quarterback to throw a bit early than he'd probably like to.
2nd and 10. Yeah, now I know why this game's so slow moving. A lot of passing going on, hardly any running. I was expecting La Mirada to be running the ball, but they really can't get any ground traction against this stout Pioneer front 7. Cuevas sets up, throws, incomplete. Let's make it the 3rd and 10. So that's it. I finally figured it out. After calling football games for a couple minutes now, I figured out that, if you throw the ball and incomplete, you're going to have a lot of, it's going to take a lot of time. This is our buddy Dave Delgado from Orange County Register covering this game tonight again. I hadn't seen him in 7 years, and now we see him twice in Twice in 4 weeks. No, 3 weeks. 3rd down and 10. Western dropping off in coverage. Cuevas back to pass, 3-man rush. Throws incomplete. And a flag comes in. As looks like Osei got there a little too soon.
Yeah, Cuevas trying to thread that football in lightly. There was 2 Western defenders on him, Osei and another defender on that side. And it looked like they both probably got there just a hint early. That's Osei and Elijah once again.
Hey, for those of you watching in on YouTube, if you like the camera work here by our camera guy, Kevin and Royce, shoot him a note. I mean, because I'm telling you, for a high school kid, this is pretty spot on camera work here. First year doing it, I believe.
Ken, I've seen guys do camera cuts for teams for 10 or 12 years that don't get shots like this, like for their own coaching program, right? Like, this is some stuff you could use back to rewatch the game. And, like, as a player, you could watch it tonight. You watch film, you're ready for tomorrow already.
Yeah.
Or Saturday on a Friday game, right? Watching film is something we do every time after a game, but you can get it in the same night because you have such a good cameraman. Really see yourself and break it down. 1st and
10, Western showing blitz. Here they come. Going for the corner of the end zone, incomplete. Elijah Washington in coverage there. Incomplete, 2nd down.
Once again, smart heads-up football there by Elijah Washington. He's running step for step. He takes a glance for that ball. He sees that the ball is uncatchable. He doesn't put any more effort on the corner, doesn't lean in, put any more hands on him, or do anything that could risk him a penalty. Just allowed that one to sail. Good coverage. In man coverage there by number 4, Elijah Washington.
2nd down and 10. Motion man comes from right to left across the formation. Flag on the play. And this play, man, it gets laughable at some time where there's so many penalties and stoppages. And, you know, I was telling my granddaughter Olivia, goes, "What time are you going to be home tonight, Papa? Can we play roadblocks?" And I said, "Well, the game's going to usually end about 9:30, 10. And I get home around 10:30. I don't think I'm going to get home at 10:30 at night, the way this game's going."
It's one of those ones.
Sorry, honey, no roadblocks. No potato, no farmer for me. 2nd down and 5. 2 receivers on either side of the formation. Blitz, Western showing blitz. Here they come. Lamarada picks it up, sets up, throws. It's intercepted. Going the other way is the Pioneers. That looks like Nunley. He's got one man to beat. He's going to beat him down the sideline at the 10. Touchdown, Western.
Oh, that's AP. That's
Adrian
AP.
Payne.
Aiden Payne.
Aiden Payne on the pick 6.
Boy, oh boy, Kent. Aiden Payne stepping up into that one, making the interception, and then running it all the way back. How many yards was that? Almost 90 yards?
That's got to be close to 90-yard pick 6. You've got it there on the replay there. My gosh. Big play, Aiden Payne. His 2nd touchdown of the night. 1 on offense, 1 on defense. I think that was 95 yards, Justin.
Yeah, you hit it right on the head, Ken. I think at 94 yards officially for Aiden Payne, that might be one of the longest ones in Western history. I got to double-check the books, but I know there's not too many of those.
Rodriguez on to try the extra point. Snap down, kick is up. And this time he bangs this one home. So with 1:39 to go here in the first half, it's Western 47 and La Mirada 7. And Justin, we'll be looks like we might be getting home early tonight. We've got a running clock opportunity here pretty soon. I actually have some Western trivia here. I don't know if they have the longest one. I'll let you look, Justin. Here you go. The Western stats for the all-time records. I don't know if they have that one, though. If not, it may belong to Aiden Payne. Unless somebody out there listening in wants to chat in on YouTube and let us know.
If it's not on here, I'm going to go ask Vicky.
Vicky knows everything.
Well, if we put a card up for it, Vicky will for sure tell us who it is.
I don't have any more cards. She got all of them. God, Vicky Tkach is going to own part of Keno's restaurant in Anaheim Hills.
Oh, man, some just amazing names on here. Glenn Deans, Jacob Domino, Anthony Munoz. Anthony Luna, man. Okay, I'm going to find this one for us. We'll be right back with you guys.
Okay. Rodriguez approaches the ball. High kick. Short. Bounces. Picked up right near the sideline and just stepping out of bounds is Fregoso. And that's where La Mirada will set up 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line with 1:39 to go. Again, got a shout-out out to our on-the-field camera people, Haley and Karina. 2 gals on the field getting their shots in for the Pioneer Press. Big thanks again to Angel Vargas, our technical director, guy with making it all happen here behind the scenes. And to Adrian Almeida, the teacher, got everybody headsets. We look like secrets. Everybody down there has these headsets, and like the Secret Service guys. It's a real professional operation here tonight. 1st and 10. Cuevas hands the ball off. Up the middle goes Fregoso, and he just maybe gets a yard, and that's it.
Well, boy, we might be able to put AP on there. Aiden Payne, that's a possibility that he's got a new record for Western because I don't see it listed on there. And, it's been a long history. I'm sure there's a possibility that there's been longer.
I bet Mike Cobley has the record for longest interception return for touchdown for the Pioneers. 2nd down and 9. Up the middle goes Fregoso. He breaks a tackle and crosses the 40 to the 42 as La Mirada looking probably just to get into halftime now and regroup. Down 41 points. This is one of those times where, okay, fellas, let's look ahead to next week. As we'll likely be in a running half mode to start the second half. 2 receivers on either side. Up the middle again goes, that's Garcia. Hardly heard his name called at all tonight. As we're at 36 seconds. La Mirada not in too much of a hurry here as we're marching towards the end of the first half.
That's Aiden Luna on the tackle.
2nd down and 6. Cuevas throws it away, and that'll stop the clock with 16 seconds to go. Halftime, we got a couple good things coming for you tonight. We'll have the hallway highlights with Aaron Alamo and Michelle Ortiz. And Justin's got a halftime guest going to be interviewing us in an interview as well. So halftime will be chock full of activities here at Handel Stadium. Trips out to the left side on 3rd down and 5. And there's another flag on the play. Wow. It's Flag Day. I thought Flag Day was in June. Like June 18th or June 5th. Like June 14th? Oh, and you took history, didn't you? Hey, did you have Mike Cobley for history? Former Western alum. Did you have him?
Yes.
Well, he would tell you that kind of stuff. He would know.
He was busy telling me that I played football terribly when I had a girlfriend. I need to get rid of it.
Right in class, right? 3rd down, handoff. It's Fregoso. And that's going to take us to halftime. All Western here at the first half at Handel Stadium. The score at the half, Western 48 and La Mirada 7. Justin, any comments before we send this off to halftime?
Yeah, Ken, I would run through a brick wall for that Western alumni, Mr. Mike Cobley, but I wouldn't learn any history or government. I don't know. I had a tough time back then with that. I love it now. But, yeah, 48-7, sorry, in the first half. Wow, couldn't have expected this. La Mirada coming in with some injuries, and second half, it looks like it's going to be a lot quicker, a running clock. So
Western sure has responded after that last week's game. 48-7 was the final last week. We're 48-7 at half here. We're going to go ahead and send this now down to the hallway highlights with Aaron Alamo and Michelle Ortiz.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Pios! I'm Aaron.
And I'm Michelle.
And this is
Hallway Highlights. So to start off, we had our first game of the week, which was tennis. It was yesterday. And I hope you guys all came out to show our support for tennis. Yeah, if you guys didn't, though.
Next week, we have our second game of the week. You know the girls are always working hard, always coming to practice and training. So come out next Monday from 3 to 5. It's going to be against Los Amigos here in our practice field. So make sure you guys come out and support.
Yeah, and talking about sports, we have an away football game next week at San Dimas. It's on a Friday, so if you guys don't have anything to do or just want to make sure and have fun, make sure to go and support our football team.
Yep, always come out and make sure you support our Pios. In other news, I might need a new iPhone soon, and the new iPhone 17 just came out. Honestly, it kind of looked the same as the last one. There wasn't really much updates on it, so I don't know. If you guys want it, it's out now.
Guys, let's make sure that we spread positivity every day, but starting next week, let's be extra kind to our pals because Positivity Week is starting. We're gonna have a fun week and spread a bunch of positive messages and make sure we are kind to our pals and remember that we're together, we're a family.
Hey, Michelle.
Hey, what's
you
up?
look good today.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Always make sure you're kind, guys. In other news, in celebrity news, the VMAs did happen a couple of days ago. It was a big night, especially if you are into these new artists nowadays. We saw Ariana Grande, Lady Gaga. Who else was there? Sabrina Carpenter.
Homecoming is just around the corner, and I know you guys are all excited. So we're starting to plan HOCO as ASB, and we're going to be selling tickets this month starting the 29th. Aaron, do you know what the homecoming theme is?
And the theme is... Now we're going to do
ASMR segment.
We're going to do ASMR here on campus.
Oh, it's okay. Go on, guys. Anyways, seniors, don't forget to start your guys' college apps. I know we want to not think of it right now because that's just like the next step in life. But remember, if you wait till last minute, you're going to end up crashing out, and we don't want that for our senior year. So let's just remember to, let's be mindful, let's not procrastinate, and start your college apps.
Yes, always use our workshops that we have here on campus.
But anyways, Aaron, have you been thinking recently where you want to apply?
Yeah, I have. Have you?
Perhaps.
Do you know what schools you want to apply to?
Kind of. I was thinking of maybe like doing Cal State Long Beach, UCLA, UCI, Santa Barbara, you know.
That's really interesting because those are the exact same schools I want to apply to.
We're just twinning like that.
Yeah. So me and Michelle will be seeing each other on campus, both here and in college. And one of our own tennis girls are here. Touchdown on campus.
Wait, can we talk to you
Can we talk to you?
our video?
Can we talk to you?
You can talk about how your guys' match went yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was pretty okay. We definitely could have won. It was a really close game. It was 8-10, so we could have clutched up and gotten that W.
Yeah, it's okay. I went to watch you guys. You guys did your hardest,
Thank you,
and I'm very proud of you
thank
guys. Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice. Good luck on this game.
Thank you. We go against Oxford today.
Oh, yeah? Are you excited?
Yeah.
And that's it, Pios. See you guys next week.
And we're back live here with a special halftime interview with a man of many hats, alumni here to Western, former player, played against him myself. As a player, he was Anthony Ojalabi. Now he's Coach O. Coach Ojalabi, teach. I don't know. It's many hats, right?
Everything.
Mr. OC recruits.
I appreciate that.
A man who loves football, much like me and Kent. Coach, how's it going tonight?
It's going pretty well. There's nothing like a Thursday night game, right? Coming out, watching the kids ball out, and just rep their respective teams, right, to the best of their abilities.
Yeah, no doubt. It's been a long tenure here at Western for you, the last 25 years, pretty much being involved here from a kid onto a player, onto a man. You've been around here a lot and have consistently shot content for us over the last 5, 6, 7 years as well. I also coached with you here the first year of Dan Davidson, I believe about 10, 12 years ago now.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? It's funny how our lives intertwine, right? Like, we played against each other, we coached against each other, and I think we ran into each other randomly at a tournament, and it kind of like started up that relationship again, right? Funny how football brings people together.
So as you guys know, we're out here doing Showdown Series in the off season, and Coach O is out there filming for us now consistently. Obviously, he's built an amazing brand in OC Recruits. If you guys want to follow what's going on with Western football, Los Al football, anything here in the North County, and a couple South County teams here and there, or book him for your next project and shooting your games, Coach O's where it's at. You can get him up on OC Recruits on Instagram.
Yeah, right now it's OCR underscore recruits. It's a weird story, but yeah, you find me there on Twitter. I'm OC underscore recruits, and then I'm also on Twitter, OC recruits. But just look for me, you'll find me if you
or
Google
go to
me.
the Western page, and
Yeah,
you will
you'll
initially
see
one of those posts. It's everywhere.
Yeah, thank
you. You're doing a great job, Coach. I just wanted to touch base with you. It's funny how football brings people like us back together so many times.
Yeah.
Glad to have you back in my life. I think we all are. And as we seal this one up, I want to see what your message is here for this Western team, not only being a teacher, but as a former player. And we're seeing a special team here that's trying to put it together before league in a very, very tough league. What do you see here from this team, and what do you like? What do you think we can work on? What's your take on it tonight?
I see a really special team with a bunch of dedicated coaches. Now, these guys, as long as they lock in and believe in each other, lift each other up, and support each other and encourage each other, right, they'll go very far. The team that's playing tonight is a team of exceptional young men. I've watched them practice and get ready throughout the season. If I could leave them with one message, it's enjoy it, right? Because this is a very temporary thing. You think that 4 years is forever, and it's not, right? I mean, look at us. Football is still bringing us together. We're still talking about football, and we're over 2 decades, or close to 2 decades, graduated from high school, right? Aging ourselves out here, but we're still tied to the game in so many different ways. And so just enjoy the game, use it. This is a sport that really will take a lot out of you, so you got to really make sure you get everything out of it. So
and you give me the chills, Coach. Use it and tap in. This is amazing.
Absolutely.
We didn't have all this. We used to have to buy mixtapes, of our games afterwards, and now we get to watch it on YouTube when we can't make it. So make sure to tune in. Subscribe to both the Pioneer Press Network.
OC Recruits, the Showdown Series. And I really want to give a big shout out to Western and specifically the media department here at Pio Press, the other Mr. O. He was an inspiration for me throughout my teaching career as well, even though I didn't have him as a teacher. And honestly, one other thing that I would leave people with is just utilize your community resources, man. Don't undervalue, don't undersell anything that your community tied to, because in your community, man, I wouldn't be where I am now if it wasn't for tapping into the resources here at Western. And even though I don't teach here anymore, this is still home for me. And honestly, this was a huge platform for me. So really don't undervalue the people in your community, because everybody has a purpose, and you can utilize all the resources that are at your disposal, and don't be afraid to do so. And thank you to all the teams and all the people that have given me an opportunity to grow. I'm very appreciative of that. And thank you, Justin, really appreciate it. Shout out to Pio Press, Western, and everybody that's believed in me.
Coach, and nothing else needs to be said. I got the chills. It's great having a former Western Pioneer up here with us, and man, I just hope a healthy rest of the season for you.
Yeah, likewise.
Keep getting these shots for us.
I don't know, man. Walking up these stairs, my knees were kind of, they sounded like the 4th of July, bro, so we'll see.
And Coach, we wish you the best. We'll definitely touch base with you here right before playoffs and see, what your update on the team is. I know you're tapped in very close, much like Kent, coming to a lot of practices and covering this. And we appreciate you.
Appreciate you guys.
We will catch you at another game this season.
Absolutely.
All right, Coach. We'll get back to our break before we get back here after our halftime. Looks like we got about 5 minutes and 45 seconds left to go. I'm not sure if I might have cut that one early. Ken, I got more time? We'll go on. We got some things to talk about, Ken. We got some things to talk about. We're good. Thank you, Coach. And we're going to go put that one to Angel.
again, thank you everyone here who is helping us here at the Pioneer Press PSPN. Stay tuned, folks.
Did you guys mute? All right, nice job, guys. All right, Caleb, are you helping on camera? Is Caleb helping on camera? He did good, dude. That was good.
And we are back live at halftime from Handel Stadium. Boy, I'll tell you what a really, you get to see these students out here and being participating in this stuff, Justin. It's really great stuff.
It is really great stuff. You know, it's something I wish I had an opportunity to do. I think it's very, similar to something like yearbook class. You know, it's like one of those electives that you could really have a good time in and see if you want to dip your toes in this when you go to college, right? And then you have the opportunity to do this as a freshman, sophomore. We've got, sophomores all the way up to seniors doing this. So something you could stick with for 4 years as a young human, young adult, soak up as much as you can, and then you get to college and you're ahead of everybody. And I think in the media world specifically, in entertainment world, it's a huge value to that, Kent. A lot of artists are playing their instruments at 12 years old, right? And so when we hear them create something at 20, it just is phenomenal and flawless because they have so much time doing it. Now imagine a freshman coming into this program doing media, growing into a senior. We've seen a really fine, lovely young lady, Beverly Pham, back in the day do it.
Oh, that's right.
And then ended up going to USC and is now just like a force to be reckoned with in the media game.
Yeah, she ended up going to Fox and did some graphics for the
Correct.
Super Bowl. These are things that it all starts back in high school, and these are the things.
And look how successful she was by the time she was 20. It's like you were able to hone your craft in something that they offered at school. And I think, I'm a kind of complainer when they get rid of, auto class or wood class, stuff like that, because I really enjoyed that. But nowadays, this is the auto or wood class, a media class,
Yeah, it's wild, and especially as you're starting to see more and more things come about that these kids can do. So let's go ahead and get into our halftime stats here. Chance Thomas, 265 yards passing with 4 touchdowns already. That's the best game of his career already at halftime here against La Mirada. Skylar Lindsay had 66 yards rushing and 1 touchdown. Bunchy Young added 2 touchdowns to his total. He's 3 catches for 123 yards. Ernest Nunley added a big 75-yard touchdown, and Aiden Payne with an 89-yard touchdown reception to go along with a big 95-yard touchdown return on an interception. So again, Aiden Payne stealing the show tonight here for Western.
Yeah, really impressive, Kent, that you go out and magically come up with those numbers like that, It would just be a shame if you didn't have all those newspaper guys in your pocket who share that information
Yeah,
with
exactly,
you.
right?
So Kent does
I was keeping track of that, right?
He'll give everybody else a pat on the back. But I give Kent a pat on the back right now. He keeps us so well prepared. I mean, we come to this game, I know every starter. I know everybody on every roster. I know who's changed numbers, who's playing what, and whose stats look like what. And for me, I'm a stat guy. That helps a lot. But Kent, on the flip side, it really helps when we're trying to trade for information because at the start of the game, you'll give them an updated roster. Sometimes they have max preps, other things that haven't been updated. It helps them tremendously as a beat writer, right? Essentially is what they're doing. And so when Kent goes over there to ask for, direct stats, things like that, we always get what we ask for, right? And that's awesome, we're all working together here. This is a team effort is what I'm trying to say. Sometimes OC Varsy's in on the team effort. Sometimes it could be, another publication. Especially with how many eyes are out here on Bunchy Young, Chance Thomas, Osei. Yeah, this team's just as great, and we've seen a lot of guys not only play well, well is not the word for it. I'd say the way they're breaking on the ball and getting to the ball and stuff, it's next level. It's like you knew you came out tonight to be a bully, and that's what's happening. And we're playing as a team as well. I'm seeing the plays made the last half, like you said, Payne, AP, really having come out party. Elijah Washington, very strong on defense. Aiden Luna with his sack and a couple solo tackles, but making a difference off the edge. Of course, Osei, on a thing on both sides of the ball. Osei's a couple huge blocks that sprung touchdowns. And our play on special teams, Ken, quite frankly, our kicker has just put the ball exactly where that ball needs to be so that we can go get the ball ourselves and get a turnover, right? So a big shout-out goes to Rafael Rodriguez, who's only a sophomore, Kent. And gotta love the kid. He wears number 20. Anybody who wears number 20 is an absolute stud.
Wow.
First off.
Wow, Justin. Who wore number 20 for Cyprus?
Can't say. But that being said, Kent, this team has a really good vibe. We talked about that with Coach O. It's a special time here at Western with everything going on. And, man, I got to say, to our detriment, I think the only thing to our detriment is this media program is so good that some people might actually just stay home and watch it and not come and pay the money to come to the game because,
Yeah.
it's like NASCAR. Like, you really love NASCAR. You've been to a couple of races. You've seen it all, right? I don't think it's that way with this team, though. If you haven't seen this team live and in person, you got to see this team. This is a different team.
Well, it's
different makeup.
It's more than just that, Justin. The vibe here is, you got the concessions going.
Oh, yeah. You got the DJ.
To be at a high school football game is really something. It's something special. It goes away so fast. So if you're, hopefully you don't have kids on this team. And if you have kids on the team, or even if you're in the neighborhood, come down and watch this. You can catch us later, on the YouTube. You catch the replay and make fun of our calls. Mostly mine. I mean, get them wrong half the time.
I want to know. We had a couple of texts come in to our media crew, and they said one of the guys is really funny.
Yeah,
we don't know who the one is, though.
Yeah, I'm a legend in my own mind, that's for sure.
No, we both think we're funny, so we're just trying to figure out if it was your cup of tea or my cup of tea.
It's probably yours, man. I'm funny looking. I don't think I'm funny.
I don't know, Ken. You're more of like The Office. I'm more like Dumb and Dumber. It's just a different kind of comedy,
Oh, my God. Oh, Dumb and Dumber.
And I might be giving myself too much credit.
Who was the dumber? Was it Jordan? Or were you the dumb?
I was just dumb.
You were the dumb, he was the dumber?
I don't know who got their tongue stuck to the pole.
Oh, no. Stop.
That would have been Jordan.
That's too funny.
But who hit harder? Definitely your son, Ken.
Okay. That's too funny.
Hey, man, we saw some thumping in the first half. Remember?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we absolutely did.
Separation from the ball.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of hitting down there. And, to La Mirada's, to their credit, they're dudes. I mean, they got some dudes down there. And, this game is, it's one of these games that kind of like what Western went through last week.
I agree.
Where, they're just not able to – it's just not – the ball's not bouncing their way. There's things happening. Western's capitalizing, making some incredible plays out there on defense. And, they're just a step slower. You got a backup quarterback in there. Again, it's not like Cuevas hasn't played, and he's certainly asserted himself. Nice touchdown pass. He's the only one with a touchdown pass for La Mirada. He put a nice one in there. But, it's just a real you feel for this team, this La Mirada team out there, mainly because, what they did last week against a tough Tesoro team. And, they're just, they ran into a buzzsaw. It's the emotions bit. So last week, Huntington, against Huntington Beach, Western goes in feeling really good about themselves after beating Villa Park. And they go in feeling high. You got a Huntington Beach team that's hungry because they just got done losing to a Trabuco Hills team. So when you put those two things together, you got one team on a high, the other team, angry. Well, the angry team wins. And tonight, you're seeing
the inverse.
The angry team is wearing blue tonight for Western. And boy, I'll tell you, they're showing up in a way that you want to see. You want to see a physical team. You got to clean up the errors that they've had out there, but especially the mental errors. The physical errors happen, but the mental errors just got to clean those up. And again, it's all about being prepared to take on the Delta League, which is basically 3 weeks away. Next week we'll be on the road at San Dimas. First time we've ever played the Saints. It'll be interesting to see how they go. They are generally a running team as well. Didn't see a whole lot of running tonight from La Mirada so far, but that could be a function of now the score, obviously. Okay, Rodriguez has the ball teed up, kicking from right to left as we're getting ready to get this third quarter underway. High kick off to the left side, picked up at the 20, at the 30. He's at the 40, breaks a tackle, and gets hung down there. Nice job there, and looks like John out there, John Hardy. No, that's not Hardy, that's Ziegler. Finally I got Ziegler right. I've been wanting to call Keone's name all night tonight, so I got him this time right.
There we go. Ken, I got to say, some good energy down there to start the second half. I see RJ Dogba giving hugs to all of his guys, hyping them up to keep it going in the second half. And what you were saying earlier about the inverse of last week, Ken, sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail. Well, I will say that I was proud in our effort, even when we were the nail. And I'm proud of La Mirada's effort tonight as the nail as well. They've continued to run crisp play, and we'll see in the second half here if they can get anything going for themselves.
Well, we are in a running clock mode as the score is 48-7. And nothing doing as Hardy in on the stop right there against one of the backup running backs. Looks like La Mirada is emptying the bench there a little bit.
You got to love that John Hardy is progressing the way he is, making some solo tackles now. John has been a guy who's been used on both sides of the ball. If you remember, he made that huge catch in game 1, the game-winning touchdown catch. So,
well, this will be a fast-moving half as we are in a running clock mode. Hand off again, and again, someone's not on a roster, so number 20, nice run out there for 4 yards. Bringing up a third down here. And I'd imagine you want to start seeing some of the guys coming in, and as Ian Douglas, his night might be done, as Hogan comes in to take over at defensive tackle. Douglas with a nice job up the middle tonight. Set up throws, and separated from the ball. Boy, nice job out there by Bryce Bias, hitting the sophomore hitting freshman. Boy, he hit him right in the chest and goes incomplete. And La Mirada's keeping the offense on the field, and I would imagine Coach Davidson will be sending out quite a few of the sub guys. Guys who don't play, or the guys that played yesterday, on 4th down. Cuevas back, sets up throws, and incomplete, and Western will take over on downs.
Okay, I think that last big play was John Hardy again, and then Bias just made that second play there to save them. And Bias is a guy that we're probably going to see for the rest of the half. He's going to get consistent playing time, and he's been rotating in a bit. I like the way this coaching staff actually does that. They get a rotation of linebackers and D linemen, try to keep guys fresh. It's a luxury we have this year that we didn't have last year. It's something that could really work in our favor, especially in league play and playoffs.
Western keeps the starting offense onto the field on 1st and 10. And Lindsey gets the ball and takes off running, breaks a tackle inside the 25-yard line, goes Skylar Lindsey.
And Lindsey tackled from behind by Isaac Dione, the middle linebacker for La Mirada. Not before picking up a first down.
Western quickly on the ball again. Bunchy Young's got it, and he'll be tackled in the backfield, and he'll lose about 5 on the play. As we're at the 8-minute mark. Later tonight, we've got, actually tomorrow, we'll go through this in just a second. Thomas rolling out to his right, and down he goes. Takes a hard sack out there, and,
unnecessary sack.
It's unnecessary at this juncture.
The spot where you throw that football is, we can hear offensive coordinator up here calling that throw. It's just right. You're on your 3rd step of your roll, and that ball gets let go. You just got to make a decision and go. You got 3 guys in a vertical route going against 2. So somebody's open, and Chance is just not seeing it as he's developing that play, and he's thinking he's got plenty of room on the sideline, but that backside corner is getting to it every time. 2nd sack of the night due to it.
3rd down, Thomas back to pass. Throwing, looking for Payne again. He's got it. Touchdown, Western.
And boy, oh boy, is this a coming out party for Mr. Aiden Payne, AP, with another touchdown tonight. He had is that the 2nd one on offense and 1 on defense? I believe so. That's 3 touchdowns tonight.
Yeah. Usually they don't run the clock on the score, but, I don't know. You're up 41 points. I'm not sure throwing the ball is such a great thing to do right here.
No, I think that's the last series that you're going to see those guys.
And Rodriguez has this extra point blocked.
Yeah, it's going to be a problem. We're going to have to shore up right there.
So with 6:30 and counting still, it's 54-7 Western.
What are the chances that we can teach a drop kick?
Yeah, no kidding. Well, tomorrow in the up in the Delta League, you've got Elisa Niguel taking on Capital Valley, Crean Lutheran against El Medina. Torrance is taking on Cypress. Damien is in a tough one against, or Tustin's in a tough one against Damien. And Trabuco Hills will be taking on El Toro. As the Delta League, coming into this game, last week the Delta League was 3-3. And they turned in 12-5 on the season so far. They're acquitting themselves quite nicely here in the preseason. Yesterday, JVs went to 4-0 with a 27-6 win against these La Mirada Matadors. And Rodriguez approaches the ball as high pooch kick. Ball's dropped on the ground and picked up, and whoa, Fregoso takes a big hit there. Now there's a number we haven't seen. Where did my roster go? Jeremy Flores on the stop on that one. And some clean jerseys coming into the ball game for the Pioneers. And there's some clean jerseys over there coming in from.
They call this Letterman night.
Well. Yeah, it is. Everybody letters tonight. New quarterback in for the Matadors. Pick up his number in just a second. He'll get it and run straight ahead. Is that number 5? Alvarado? Yeah, no.
Yep.
Alvarado, he played wide receiver. Now he's coming in and taking snaps. There's no reason to let your quarterback get injured here in this.
Yeah, not when you only have one, right?
Not now, yeah, especially. I mean, you got to protect him now.
That's
and so La Mirada's just going to get it and just run Wildcat the rest of the way.
Deshaun Rufus on the tackle last play.
Yeah, there's some clean jerseys out there for the Pios. Now straight ahead goes Alvarado. Now, who was that on the stop there? I want to say that was Danielle Bowens. Yeah, it is Bowens. Now there's a physical specimen out there, number 34 for the Pioneers. If you see him down there in practice, he is just a dude. And good to see him under the lights here tonight.
Yeah, also getting out there, Ken, is Javier Montez, number 14, the regular time quarterback, is now playing outside linebacker. He's only a freshman, guys, but he's got good size as well. Look at him coming off the edge right now.
He looked good yesterday, breaking a tackle and getting outside and first down and more. Goes Alvarado. As hopefully some of these guys are getting their names called. You remember what it was like getting your name called, Justin, when you came in as a sophomore in a blowout game?
Underclassmen,
Under the lights. It doesn't matter,
It prepares you. You'd be surprised because a couple injuries later on that year and you're playing a lot more. Yeah. 145 pounds or not, guys, be ready.
We're at 2:30 and counting. Alvarado, straight up the middle he goes.
Oh, my gosh. You said he was a specimen. I just caught him coming in to try to make that tackle. You are right, Kent. Holy moly, dude.
He's only a sophomore, and he's a beast. You got to see him in practice. He is.
Look at him, 34 and 74 standing together, Kent, and tell me that's not a good future. Right. Danielle Bowens, 34, and Damian Beaver, 74. 10th graders, standing at 6'4", one's 205, one's 300 pounds. And the one that looks 205 doesn't look like he's far away from the 300.
Yeah.
He looks like he's growing to that size.
He's just, he's raw and he's young. And, man, I've seen him just destroy people. And he got a hold of that, of Alvarado on that one. He just put his arm out there, and the guy ran into him. He just pulled him on in.
And as you see, they're running the last starter off the field, Elijah Washington coming off. I believe that's the last starter out now.
You got to take a look at number 17 out here. Travion Nunley. He's a younger brother of Ernest Nunley. He's playing at left corner now for the Pioneers.
Only a freshman.
Easy to pick up. He's got green shoes.
Yeah.
We'll see if they throw at him. We're close to a minute to go. Something tells me we're just going to turn the hand off and run. So La Mirada is just going to try to get on the bus and get on home. Like you said, Justin, it's Letterman Day.
Yeah, and for La Mirada, this is one of those ones as a coach where, you didn't have your quarterback. You came in behind the 8 ball. You got to coach your team up after this. Learn a lesson or two and move on to the next week, and don't really hold on to this one.
On 4th down, see if Western can stop them on 4th down. And there's a pass. Cuevas throws, it's complete. Cuevas comes in and throws a pass, gets a first down, and that's going to take us probably to the end of the 3rd quarter.
You got to like how this JV unit is playing together. Weren't able to get a stop there, but I see some, everybody is hustling to the ball, and one guy misses a tackle or gets the running back slip up. We got 2 other guys making the tackle. So,
got our fans down there. Great job of our camera gals down on the field. Good job, Haley. There's a stoppage. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. To the score at the end of 3, Western 54 and La Mirada 7. I don't know if La Mirada is going to want to play the Pioneers anymore after this. 42-7 first game and 54-7 here. This is one of those things, a series where you got a team that's better than the score, and that La Mirada team is much better than this score. I can tell you, I saw the film, every single play of the 17-5 loss to Soro, and there's a good team out there. It's just didn't go their way tonight, as they ran into a buzzsaw with these Pioneers.
And if you remember last year, Kent, we had the opportunity to go play one of those first games at their new stadium. And,
it was. It was
the first game.
It was the christening of Goodman Stadium, and it was a Western blowout, and that's not the way you'd want to remember. In fact, my guess is that Coach Mealy's going to not want to have anything to do with Western anymore. He's like, I don't even want to hear you guys. You killed us on our stadium, and now you're here and come to your stadium and you blow us out too. So, no, we're done. We're done. Here's a fruitcake for Christmas. Ciao. Okay, 1st and 10. Alvarado keeps it himself, goes outside, and stiff arms, gets the corner, and he's chatted to the pay dirt. He gets knocked out of bounds as there's some extra activity going on down there. Oh, my God. Somebody was getting worked over there really good. They get on the field, they get all excited, like, let's go beat up those guys. That was pretty funny. They're going to get a hold. Wipes out that big run by Alvarado. I guess that was a hold. He was down on the ground, just actually squishing the Pioneer down there. It was Jeremy Flores that just got getting abused. Yeah, does this formation look familiar to you? You got the wide receiver split out almost to the sideline, and the ball's in the other hash mark. Yeah. We have Nunley in press coverage. Okay.
It's like the next generation playing each other now.
Exactly. Alvarado runs it the other way, and he'll pick up a few, and then before he gets squished back. I want to say that's Bowens on that. Yep, that was Danielle Bowens. Pretty happy with himself after that tackle.
Look at those guys, Kent. Look at these guys. How big are they? This JV squad.
That's the JVs. They're huge.
Oh, there's some raw talent
exactly.
there.
They're raw and they're big.
Like you said, one of our big advantages here at Western is the coaching staff and how they can develop players and the off-season programs that these guys do. And, man, these guys got some size. They're playing well together as a team here in relief for the rest of their varsity teammates.
Well, I'll tell you, if they listen to Coach Lauderdale, they have a good shot at really being something. As Cuevas throws it, I think it was complete out to the right side. Yeah.
And I hope no one hears this, Kent, but I had somebody ask me directly what the difference between Cypress and Western was, and my answer was Coach Lauderdale. I think that the weight room in the off season is one of the biggest parts of that. I think once you get here during season, the coaching of Coach Yandel is amazing. Coach Davidson, everyone down the line is amazing, but that work that you do in the off season is what sets you up to be in the position to take this coaching from these type of next level coaches.
He's another really interesting guy to talk to. That's Coach Wendell Lauderdale. I mean, talking to practice about one of his, what he used to do in his, prior to doing what he's doing now. He used to be a DMV type of investigator, and I didn't know they had a unit like that. Where DMV was like kind of law enforcement-ish, where they communicate with other law enforcement, FBI, that type of thing. But it was really great to chat him up about it. And he's such an old school guy. He just talks about the grit and the way things need to be, and accountability, and he's that guy. And you're lucky to have guys like that on your squad. That's for sure. On second down, Cuevas hands off, and Fregoso is on his horse. Looks like he's getting close to the end zone. No, it's not Fregoso. He's in. Touchdown, La Mirada. And number 20 he's not on our roster here, so congratulations, number 20. That was a nice run. And you're back on the scoreboard.
Very much so, Kent. Nice run from 20. Always looks good for the paper, too. 54-14 is not as bad as 54-7.
Yeah, you're right. It's a lot closer, right?
Okay, I got to say, Coach Davidson comes with some really good friends in this game. Coach Lauderdale being one of them, of course, but I want to give a big shout out to Coach Calhoun, who's out there coaching up Jordan Love this offseason, and then brought Jordan Love and Romeo Dobbs here to Western to meet the kids.
I saw those guys.
And
kick is up and good. Yeah, it was really neat to see Jordan Love, guy on my fantasy team, who I didn't start tonight. Had a good night, of course. That's typical me. But Dobbs, and the thing that really was interesting, I took a photo of Romeo Dobbs and Bunchy Young together. And the difference between an NFL guy and a high school guy that's a dude, that's growing in, that's going to be a dude, it's incredible. I mean, Dobbs just looks, he's a man.
Oh, yeah.
He's just so put together. And, Bunchy did a whole lot of work in the weight room this offseason to get himself looking good. And, he's my-balling it out there. He's got this kind of a different edge to him for sure. But you put him up against an NFL guy, and it's just, wow. It's typically you watch on TV, and it's almost sanitary, just kind of like watching what you're watching on YouTube right now. You don't see how big these guys really are until you get down on the field, and
Dobbs is like a
huge.
tank in person. He's kind of like a tank. He's way more like Debo than you'd think as far as like his structure and his body. He's just a lot. He's a quick twitch athlete, and I think that Dobbs he's talked about in interviews. He looks back to the high school game and what these kids are doing for ideas on how he's going to split routes and stuff. And tonight, we've seen one of those plays. We'll talk about it later.
As that ball's kicked into the end zone for a touchback.
So tonight on my way here, Kent, I had the game going, and I did see Dobbs do a move that I've never seen an NFL receiver kind of do to get open and make a touchdown. And it was on more of a college type of play. It was on a fake handoff. Got the linebackers to draw in, and Dobbs curled just right in front of his route. But before he did, he faked an out, and then he curled in. So it wasn't like the give and go in and out. It was a different type of route that him and Love had talked about, and it was designed perfectly. And I'm like, I've never seen that type of play before, but it was very effective. And I think those guys do this type of thing, run around the offseason, training with other coaches and stuff to get some other input,
Yeah.
What's keeping the game new and fresh? And Western is one of those teams that does that. Very unique in the way we coordinate our offense and how we get the ball in our guys' hands.
Javier Montez, the quarterback, seeing his first varsity action as a Western Pioneer. Turns and hands the ball off. That looks like Hardy.
Montez coming from the outside linebacker position to the quarterback position, getting his varsity time on both sides of the ball. That guy's going to get a patch that says outside linebacker and quarterback, I knew an outside linebacker and quarterback was a cool guy, Ryan Thomas.
Yeah. No, he's definitely, dude was more of a linebacker, that's for sure. Linebacker playing quarterback.
Yes.
Doing the job. Montez, again, with his first action. First varsity action here as a Pioneer. In a tailback, looks like Jeremy Flores. That's number 24. He gets the handoff. Now, that's not 24. It's somebody bigger than that. Looks like Javion Springs. What number do you got there, Dustin?
Thought I had 48, but I might be way off. Nope, you're at 42.
42. God, I wasn't even close. Jose Flores. Playing running
One
back?
thing we know, Kent, is that these guys know their plays because they're tossing them in at positions that we don't even have here for them on
exactly.
the roster.
Exactly. Well, I know he made us play on special teams, but now he's getting able to run the ball a little bit.
Oh, I was off, Kent. You're right. That was 40. I don't know. I'm not going to say it. I don't know.
That's a 2. That's not. That's 20-something. Well, he gets the ball again.
Different guy this time.
Let's see. 2's the first number. Got to call this guy's name right. Where's our spotter? 28.
28.
Okay. Javion Springs. I had it right. Okay, Javion Springs. His first carries as a Pioneer.
And if this is right, Kent, this is looking real good. You know, Javion Springs, all of 6 foot, 215 pounds.
No, he's a
as
dude.
A sophomore.
You should see him. I mean, again, these are specimen kids out there.
You can't teach that size, man.
No, you can't. And what you pray for is that these kids really buy into the off season, in this coming off season, and really get big, because these frames that these kids have, it could be special. This is Tustin High School level special in size.
I agree.
4th down. Springs gets it left side, and he's trying to get the first down. He's not going to get there, and La Mirada will take over on downs deep in Western territory with 3 minutes to go, and they got 3 actual minutes to make it into the end zone before we pack up and head for home.
And Kent, you got to love the size of these underclassmen. This is a la Western 2000.
Yeah, absolutely.
2000-ish, 90s, 2000. You know, they just had this size about them that I came into a playoff game as a 15 seed going against a 2 seed or a 16 going against a 1. And
who was their
those
big
guys were huge.
Who was their big dude? They had a big.
Went to the NFL.
Yeah.
Who
was it?
Slipping on the name right now. Legend.
Throws complete. Yeah, we got to remember that guy's name.
Give me 1 second.
You'll know. You played against the guy. As Cuevas gets a first down there. We're at 2 minutes to go.
Mike Ayupati.
There you go, Ayupati. As there's a run over to the right side there, and
I think I probably played against his little brother. It says he graduated 2005. I think it was his little brother that I played against. But Ayupati was one of those guys, and he wasn't the only guy on that offensive line that was big like that.
I thought it was Andrew Ayupati.
It was Andrew Ayupati, a younger brother.
Yeah, that's who you
Mike
played against.
Ayupati. Still a stud.
We're a minute 32 to go, and the only thing in question here is the final score. See if La Mirada can punch this one in. And Western just trying to strip. They got a minute. What's the line on do they score? What do you think, Justin? Are they in or they might? Got a minute to go. Basically, one, maybe 2 plays. Do they get in or not? You bet the don'ts. Justin's betting the don'ts here.
Don'ts.
Okay. I'll say they're in. What are we betting? $1. Okay. Handoff. Right side. Oh, he's stopped.
It looked like he had it there, but
He
you know
looked
what?
like in a hole.
I think we might have left one starter in there because that looked Deshaun Rufus making a tackle. That's 44.
That was Luna. Oh, it's like not fair.
Yeah, we're bringing a couple guys in.
Come on. You know what it might be is it got small rosters.
Yeah, well, I know that for sure. Rufus hasn't come out. 44 has not come out. It's the only guy that stayed on from the original.
4th down. Do I get the $1? There's a flag on the play. It's incomplete.
Hey, that last one looked good, too. He had the space, and then out of nowhere, we flashed blue in a tackle. You know? That, like, the play, the way it was developing, the last one before that, looked like he was going to run it in untouched. And
there's 20 seconds to go. Are they going to get this play off?
Nope. They're going to go talk about it.
They got 12 seconds. Come on. Officials picking up the ball. They're flagged.
9, 8.
They're not going to run it. No, they are going to run it. They're going to run one last play. Will they get it off?
Nope.
That's the question. 2 seconds, 1 second. That's ball game. I lose. Cheston gets winner, chicken dinner. He gets the buck. That the final score, Western 54 and La Mirada 14. Justin, any final thoughts?
We'll forever wonder who the funny guy was, Kent.
Yeah, definitely not me.
Great team effort here from Western, and I think that we came out a little angry, no doubt. We were the bully tonight. I think we were able to calm our aggression and calm our nerves a little bit throughout that game. I like our coaching tonight very, very much so. I like our effort from our kids very much so, and I'm proud of this young team from Anaheim, California, your Western High School Pioneers.
Well, the Pioneers are on the road next Friday to take on the San Dimas Saints before heading into the bye week. For Justin Connolly, this is Kent McKell saying goodnight from Handle Stadiums, where your Pioneers moved to 3-1 with a 54-14 win over the La Mirada Matadors. We'll see you and have a good night.
That is the end of the Pioneer Press PSPN broadcast. Thank you so much for watching tonight. I hope you all have a great night and a fantastic stream. I am your broadcast director, Angel Vargas, wishing you all good night.